I trust myself. I don't even need no help. Did it by myself, I don't need no help. Tryna stack money like books on the shelf.
Hundreds in the bag, got me feeling like the man. Shorty body hustling in the summer on the sand. Way she's working for it, got me feeling like the man. Shorty body hustling in the summer on the sand.
Did it by myself like a selfie. Nobody try to help me. Came to the club with an island girl. I'ma take it to the crib and let me buy you pearls.
Did it by myself, no one helped me, yeah. Now these bitches want a selfie. I like big gold chains, I like big gold rings. Let me take it to the crib and let me buy you things.
Fell in love with an island girl. I told her only time will tell.
She likes to ride in the ice as well. Will it be forever? Only time will tell.
Did it by myself like a selfie, yeah. Nobody try to help me, yeah.
She likes the ice and I ride as well. Will it be forever? Only time will tell. Big dog status, two-tone paddock. Stacks in the crib, I got a two-floor attic.
Got a two-floor attic, got your girl in the attic. But I'ma bring her right back, dude, don't panic, I'm savage. And nigga, if it's beef, we can manage.
I know a couple guys who walk around with automatics. I got big dog status, I ain't playing, I ain't average. I'ma leave you hitting static, I'ma leave you hitting static.
Fell in love with an island girl. I told her only time will tell.
She likes the ice and I ride as well. Will it be forever? Only time will tell.
Fell in love with an island girl. Yeah. I told her only time will tell.
She likes the ride and the ice as well. Will it be forever? Only time will tell.
Take note.
Tino, babe.
Yo, Tino, he'll get his dome pop. Satin blue on his whip, but he ain't no cop. Don't stop, spray up his motor till it smokes up. Cause what I bought for insurance, I have it wrote off, you joker. Suck on your mum and take note, cause the foreign ring up in his grill. That grandma stove top, don't flop. Fuck up the game, like this was Roblox. Oh gunner, running this field, I'm for your walk up. Drum roll, load up a cannon and give her more shots. I put your face on a beam, now you're Zordon. Treat you like an old sketchbook, you'll get drawn on. I leave your girl from the back, I'm that raw blood. Wait, who the fuck feels they could do me something? I'll roll up in your ends with a toolie busting. 32 ugly as shit, like Miss Rooney's husband. Somebody cut me a deal, I'm just too disgusting. Niggas think they next in line, but they ain't doing nothing. Mask on, metal in hand, Freddy Krueger's coming. Tools all up in your home, I'm here to fix the plumbing. House blown, toaster run, leak gas from your oven. Dior on your girlfriend's face, and she best get to sucking. Head game resemble my dad, cause it was good for nothing. Yeah, I'm still vegan, but I'm down for beef. Niggas think they slick with a dialect, but talk is cheap. Watch your mouth, little nigga, because I roll with heat. Top said there's no returns, and I see no receipt. I put your boy in the back like he was groceries. Riding round with the burner boy in case I find any extendo. Licking off shots until it overheats. No mask, did it bareface, just so they know it's me. Eyes closed, chest wide open, heart surgery. Usher said just let it burn, let's make it third degree. Niggas think everything's jokes until you shoot his queen. Shot was funny as shit, it barely missed the beam. Wax on, then wax off to leave the burner clean. Then open up the Uber app to flee the murder scene. Waving a stick will make them levitate. I raise a toast in the air, let's celebrate. See a couple holding a blade like it's wedding day. And yous can leave with a slash, just like wedding cake. Bitches on snap in their snacks. Oh no you ain't, know your place. Worked up flawless, you look like bellyache. Beat my dick all off in the face and let it detonate. All facts, just ask your mum, she'll demonstrate. Damn right babes, I'm a jerk, just let it marinate. I gave it a beat like I was Penfold. And some retarded head, my tongue's mental. Babes, if you die then you die, cause you was meant to. Nigga, all I do is draw, I'm a pencil. Run up on you niggas like the rent's due. Dude, screwed, if I see food, you're on the menu. Your homies have to find the Dragon Balls to resurrect you. Fuck it, you niggas can all hate. I'm better than all of you niggas I don't rate. If your girl's fit, 4 plus 4, she'll get 8. I'm a chiropractor back, just setting them all straight. Scorps, take note.
You ain't sick like Penfold, take no better than Avengers Assemble. Straight up grease, Penfold instrumental. Straight up grease, Penfold instrumental. You ain't sick like Penfold, take no better than Avengers Assemble. Straight up grease, Penfold instrumental. Straight up grease, Penfold instrumental.
Man, I feel like Kane, I'm a guess. Show me respect, I'm overhandling test. Headshot, we game above next. Got to give you the ISIS effect, cause when I smell death, Reaper, it's your soul life, I'm to collect. Straight fire like when Cole Vue's on decks. I'm about to be next. Bars, equipped with a flow that's totally yes. It's all about steps. Set man in my been doing this for time, I ain't vets. Who want to test? Get that hot 16, I'm in our target, my friends, so please come correct. Cause the Hijack grip will do more than a man's flesh.
Yeah, I said, man, I might feel like, hey, no one gets me while you give me that Play-Doh effect. See, man, I'm going up another level, they really want the medals to get best pay your respects. I ain't trying to delay the effect from a shot, that's why niggas are aiming your head. I quit with Alizé from a friend and a bitch, I ranges from an 8 to a 10. I'm trying to get away from the ends of performing places I get paid to attend. I tell y'all straight, if I take the piss, commit to the game, cause sure I'll take it again. More money, more paper than them. More money, more paper than them. Don't take no offense, but I see cracks in your armor, so you better start papering them.
You ain't sick like Penfold, take no better than Avengers Assemble. Straight up grease, Penfold instrumental. Straight up grease, Penfold instrumental. You ain't sick like Penfold, take no better than Avengers Assemble. Straight up grease, Penfold instrumental. Straight up grease, Penfold instrumental.
See, man, I'm sick like Penfold. I attack the game, Shevchenko or Crespo, Di Malenko. Them gal never ready for the take no general. See, that's cause I got.
Yeah. yes, people. Yes, people. We changed the mic. Yes, people, we are back live. We are back live on the Sarcasm City TV YouTube for another edition of the Sarcasm City Sports Q&A, where we answer sporting questions from the chat and talk all about the latest transfer news that is going on. Chelsea yet to hijack Arsenal yet again for Bruno G. So we will be discussing that because Fabrizio Romano put out a post talking that Chelsea are looking for another midfielder. So is it Bruno G? Is it somebody else? We're going to soon find out. It's staying with Chelsea as well. Garnacho, he has joined Aston Villa on loan. I'm not sure the actual details because they haven't revealed him unless someone knows in the chat. But the actual details that need to happen for the transfer to become permanent. But the reports did say that the targets are easy to hit. I still want my 10% of the profit regardless. And saying of that as well, staying in Manchester, or kind of with Manchester, but the blue side of Manchester, Rodri to Real Madrid is not going away. A lot of reports. How true the reports are, I don't know, but we're soon going to find out. Well, big up everybody in the chat anyway, man. Big up everyone in the chat. Big up everyone supporting Sarcasm City TV as always. Make sure you pay the tax when you enter the city of Sarcasm, though. Pay the tax. So make sure you run up the likes, hit the like button on the video first and foremost. That's why if you're watching live right now or watching this back, run up the likes. Make sure you follow and share across all of the socials as well. You can see them both on the screen at Yes It's Flawless, at Sarcasm City TV. That's at Sarcasm City TV, at Yes It's Flawless on Twitter and Instagram. So retweet, like on Twitter, repost, reshare on Instagram. Follow both accounts on both platforms as well. And equally as important, make sure you hit that subscribe button and hit the notification bell as well. And for those that haven't seen the Q&As before, obviously, if you're a member of the channel, then your question takes priority like a super chat as well, people. So if you're a member of the channel, your question takes priority like a super chat. So they're the two surefire ways to make sure we get to your question, people. Super chat or join the membership. Links in the pinned comment for the membership as well. Big up my guy Blank says, big up Flawless. This guy always moving crazy with the Snow Bunny chat. But big up Blank every single time as well. Big up WP. Big up my guy Joey, Wab Sports. Make sure you subscribe as well. Who else we got in there? Big up CFC Steve. Big up. You was here yesterday as well talking about Bruno G. Big up my G Vikran every single time as well. Chinlu, always good to see you. Blessings. Big up, big up. Godfrey, good to see you. Big up to you as well. Shouts to Blank. I'm going to get to that super chat. I appreciate the super chat. Big up to Proper Chelsea also. Blank says, Emery looking like a fraud if this loan deal is obligation to buy. Another one-dimensional Europa League pagan sold all their man to buy Garnacho. Shaking my head. Well, the loan deal is obligation to buy 110%. And I agree. Only thing I disagree with the super chat is Europa League level. Garnacho is not a Europa League level winger. He's not a Conference League level winger. He's one of the worst wingers in the league. Right, let's be honest. Exclude the teams that have just been promoted because I don't know their left wingers. But the other 16 teams, I'd take all of their left wingers over Garnacho. 110%. He's dreadful. He's awful. Chelsea for the bread again as well. Big up for the super chat, Blank. I do appreciate you as well. Let me bring everybody into the building also. Surf is in the cut, Fats is in the cut, Vikran's in the cut, Size in the building. What you man saying, man? Everyone good?
Bro,
we all blessed, man. Very, man. Very.
Everyone's getting onto Emery, but this is what he does, though. He tries to resurrect dead ballers. He's been doing it his whole career.
I will not hear a bad word said against Dino Emery.
Oh, this is what I'm saying. This is what he does. Like,
hold up, fuck off, Surfer, yo. This
is what he
guy,
does.
Fuck off, man. This guy, yo. I would not hear a bad word said about
you know.
Go on,
Garnacho to Villa. This brother Garnacho got a black trim and still came out looking Caucasian, and now he's going Aston Villa.
Hey, we've all tried it once, Vikram, and leave us alone, all right?
Yeah, man. Yeah, leave us alone, man. You shit.
It's gonna be a whole picture from 10 years ago, 20 years ago with Surfer with the Garnacho plaque. You know what I'm saying? The Garnacho plaques.
This just proves that you see these scouts here, like I just think that they're just allergic to taking these risks that everyone keeps saying they should be taking. Because if you're really trying to tell me that they couldn't find anyone better than Garnacho,
hey, Flores, how much money do you get though?
Then I don't know what
whatever
to say.
The profit, whatever you lot selling for.
It doesn't matter what you think.
So
big up, Dogsy.
Here's what everyone needs to understand. I read somewhere that the percentage Man United get is of whatever Chelsea make in terms of
profit wise,
right? Wow. So if it's only like 2 million, it's 200k.
Hey, run me my 200k, man. What? You know what I'm
saying? Also, people
stick your 100k in the bin, man.
People are talking about conditions, right? Obligation, and like the difference between the Jackson one to Bayern Munich last year is that Garnacho has already signed a 4-year contract with Villa, so he's already signed it, right?
Okay.
So that would mean to me that unless something drastic happens, which is Garnacho, so we have to take that into consideration, right? Yeah. It's. I heard it first. It was based on appearances and GA, but I think it's more towards appearances, and I think it's 25 appearances in all comps, not the Premier League, because I don't think if it was Premier League, I don't think we'd do it because there's no way we'd risk it and stuff like that. Now, if I'm being honest, and I don't care what anyone says, I think this is a. Oh, we signed Morgan Rogers. Will you scratch our back for this season? And also,
you reckon that's got ties to
it? Also, there's a new rule about you've heard about the 45-day signing rule, right?
No,
where if two clubs can't do a something about seen as a swap deal, like they can't do it because they'll think they're doing a PRS stuff like that, like it did like a couple of summers ago when people were. Remember, there was 2 transfer windows. There were a PRS transfer window before June 30th, and then the real one and stuff like that. So that's why this is a loan deal, because they're going to sign Nicholas Jackson permanently for anywhere between 55 to 65 million, like that. So they want to do that deal because this money for Garnacho goes on next year's books because it's a loan signing, right? So it goes on that one. So that's what's happening here. And that's why I said I won't hear anything. If H is in the chat, I know he's probably crying.
He's in the chat. Nah, man, he's getting his Garnacho shirt printed as we speak. Go on, carry on as you were, yo.
Running down the way, Cater Villa sing, Viva Garnacho.
That's what it is. And I won't speak for Fats on here because that would be a mistake for anyone to try and think what he's thinking right now, because he's thinking about Garnacho song and a kebab at the same time right in his head right now. So
what did I do?
No, I'm complimenting you. That's what I'm doing.
Grazie mille tutti.
Grazie mille. Cool. But I'm not speaking for Fats here. This is already a better window than the previous 5 already, right? It's not even over, right? It just is. Man. Because I told you this I think I told you this, or I was on another one. The transfer windows are feast or famine, right? And before the Rodgers thing, we were famine, right? We had the Palestra thing, and everyone was thinking an unknown Italian youngster, no one really watches him. They haven't really changed anything. And then the Rodgers thing went like that, and literally the fan base in Chelsea, while still have reservations and this isn't me flip flopping. I still haven't given this ownership, but it's taken them 4 fucking years to do something like this, right? And they, by the way, they bought Garnacho in the first place, so that's unforgivable to begin with, right? But it flips like that. The Morgan Rogers signing literally has flipped what Chelsea are thinking. It's only one signing, but the last few days, our press, our ITKs, our YouTubers have gone mad with the links and everything like that. And I know it's in the title of the thing, but this Bruno G thing is very legitimate. It's not like I thought it was like we in Newcastle had conspired against Arsenal to make them pay more. That was my theory, like that. Do you know what I mean? But the issue with Arsenal are trying to change the market in a seller's market, and it's not going to work, right? Newcastle want 85 million fixed fee, right? They don't want a package of going up to 85 million, like 75, or the package goes up to 75. Do you know what I mean? Like that. They want an actual fixed fee, and we've already told them. And Bruno's primary target, isn't Arsenal. It's to leave Newcastle, right? It's not like he's not married to going to Arsenal, right? If we go in there, bid more, he's more than happy to come to us. It's like that. It's not like, oh, it's Arsenal or nothing. It's, I want to leave Newcastle. I'm done. Yeah. I'm done with Newcastle. Right. I don't even care if it's Chelsea. Fine. I don't care. They're not playing European football. I just want to leave Newcastle. I'm done. Yeah. That's what it is. But we've already told them, if they don't get to your fee, we'll match it and pay for you. And also, it's come out tonight that even with Fernandes staying, Fabrizio said that we've got another bomber in midfield, possibly. And with this budget, we can go up to 100 million without even selling Enzo for a midfielder. And to me, that bomber thing doesn't relate. It's not a Koné. It's not an Alex Scott. Do you know what I mean? Like a bomber, that wouldn't be a bomber to me. An Alex Scott signing.
Oh, you think it's a more higher profile player?
I think it's. Whether you think it's high profile or not, I think it's Wharton or Bruno G. Okay. That's what I think.
I know he's doing.
Safa, you don't think Kamavinga?
No, I don't think. No, there's not. I just don't.
That might stay in there, man.
I think it's more leaning toward Bruno G, because I tell you what, I think Wharton comes in if we sell Enzo. Okay. I think Wharton's. That's why I think this may be the Lacroix thing. I think Lacroix's done. I think it's done. But I think it's more, these discussions are more like, okay, so these are what the parameters for a Wharton deal if we want to sign him. Do you know what I mean? Depending on, especially like, and I don't think we want to leave it till last week of the window, because Palace would, and rightfully so, put their price up way beyond, probably like 100 million or something like that. And I think we're trying to like get it around even money for like 85 or something. But I think that's what's happening now. Fato will know this, and I don't rate this guy because of who he streams with, right? But this Eunice guy, and Fata knows, has suddenly become
the go-to guy.
Yeah, an ITK. An ITK where he says he's got sources and stuff like that, and he hasn't really done that before. He's never done it before. But he's a big Chelsea account. He's never done this before. He's never, ever done this at all. He's always like just done his usual videos like Lewis does and stuff like that, you know. But recently he's done it and everything's hit. You know, everything's hit like that. I think Lacroix gets done. I think John Stones gets done. And I think, I'm not sure about Bruno G. I've got to be honest with you. I'm just not there yet with Bruno G, but I don't rule us out.
You think it's a possibility? No, that's fair. That's very fair. Before we get to a couple of things, let me get to these super chats from Blank. Big up. And big up to the Bayern View for the raid as well, man. Shouts to the Bayern View. Make sure you subscribe to the Bayern View. Appreciate you, man. Big up to my guy Blank for the super chats. As always, man. Always supporting. I appreciate you, Blank. For real. Says, LOL, Emery a fraud. Hope we demolish them, man. Well, normally we do have a very good record against Villa anyway. That's one team, as a Manchester United fan, no matter what state we're in, no matter who,
I'm not worried about them.
Yeah, no matter who we're playing or who's playing for us or who's playing for them, I'm always confident of getting a result. But yeah, Emery, I'm a big fan of Emery. This one I don't get though. Not just him, everybody involved. You watch what happened at United. You watched him move to Chelsea. You watch what happened for Chelsea for a season, and then you said, "Yeah, let's bring him in."
Flores, I'll be real, bro.
The fees apparently like 40 to 45 million they'll pay next year.
Bro, Flores, I'll be real. Like, I know you had this conversation on numerous platforms on this platform, but I think we're all in the wrong profession because bro, these guys are more, because you have to think about it on a deeper level. someone sat there. They got their data out. They got their clipboard. They got their pen out or their iPad because we're in modern times. They had a list of targets, and on that list was Alejandro Garnacho. And they said yes.
How do you think we feel? We had him on our list since last January.
No, but my point is, these people are being paid more than our yearly salary to do this job.
Yeah, well, they get paid in a week. We don't.
And they make it a fucking week. What? And we could name them better players than this. Like, what, am I going crazy, or maybe there's something that we don't know? Maybe there's something we don't know. Like maybe these guys are geniuses and.
I'll let Surfer respond, and I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna give my thoughts on what you said. Go on, Surfer. You go.
When it comes to Garnacho, it's a genius. It's not a genius ever signing him. So I'm pleased getting rid of him, but we signed him in the first fucking place. So that's a problem, right? That's like literally, you know, it's like literally your dog shitting on your carpet and then you clean it up and celebrate it afterwards. Like you know what I mean? It doesn't make no sense. Right? You know what I mean? But there's another two things, right? And I know it doesn't really make much sense, but if they sign Nicholas Jackson and this money next year, we've essentially signed Rodgers for about £7 million. If you think about it, right? If you think about it like that. Two things as well. I don't think our directors are doing the transfers for the men's team this summer. It seems awfully different, right? This Rodgers thing, first of all, if it happened, it would have taken like 3 frigging months for them to sign him, and we would have seen all the reports and stuff like that. And that, I think Xabi Alonso's having a big influence. As we've seen on the 2 transfers, he's called the guys, and you know, remember Palestra was on his way to Inter. It was done. He was going to Inter. It was done. I've never, you know, and Morgan Rodgers, he had that phone call between the 2 managers. We put up the money, they didn't. That's on them. He wants to play for us. That's absolutely fine. I think he's involved in it. I think this Dave Fallows from Liverpool we've got as well is involved because he looked at he was there with all the transfers when they got Salah and Mane and Van Dijk and Alisson all in and stuff like that. I'm not saying he signed them all, but he played a part like that. Yeah. Like remember that negotiator.
Yeah.
Remember that urban legend about Klopp wanting Goetze instead.
Yeah, he wanted Goetze.
He wanted Bruno.
Brandon Goetze. Yeah, Brandon.
That's what I'm talking about. He was part of that. I'm not saying Dave Fellows did that by himself, but he was like part of that with like Michael Edwards and stuff like that. But I don't think the directors are having as much to do with this because the Palestra. If you look at the Palestra deal, it was sort of like middle links, and then it was like done within like 12 hours after the first initial thing from Fab. Like I say, it's Morgan Rodgers thing. Looking at the details, it was literally done on a Friday night, agreed on a Saturday afternoon, you know, and stuff like that. I just think they're not doing it. There's no way, even if this Bruno G thing's out, there's no way. And the acquired deals have been reported that it's owner to owner thing. They met in New York at the World Cup and they started negotiating. And that's
they are fallback.
Yeah, that's the difference. These directors, I think, are being given the women's team in Strasbourg, or we might find out after the transfer window they've got a pink slip and they're gone like that, and that's music to my ears because they are. Listen, they're not the prime issues, but they're a couple of them because they are rubbish. Great at selling, I must admit, great at selling. Right, if they were just there for selling,
it's fantastic.
They would get an A+. Yeah. But when they buy, it goes down to a C- at best, right? Maybe a D+ and stuff like that. But yeah, they seem to be on the outs. But like I said, the last few days it's been beautiful as a Chelsea fan, right?
Fantastic.
That window last season, I've literally gone from hell to, I wouldn't say heaven. I would say on earth, back to earth again. Do you know what I mean? Like that. I just
want to say before we carry on. Hey, violins in the chat for Veta people. Oh Lord, violins in the chat for him. Man. No, because he said here, look, great spending, Blue Brothers, just like the good old days. Keep it up. And he said, my bad. Let's hit the like button and be quiet. No, we just want you to be. You see, when it comes to Manchester United, that's what we want you to be quiet on, Veta. Have your say on everything else in the chat. It's solely Manchester United. But you turn it around and say, I want Manchester to do well, man. I want City first and United second. We ain't trying to hear that. So everything else, do your thing. You want to prop up your blue brothers, do your thing. If you want to crash on Arsenal,
this glazing thing by Vader, this sometimes could be
ain't no
questionable.
glazing, man. Like I say, the gaslighter extraordinaire, man. You turn over the book.
This is what he does.
Of gaslighting, and it's his face.
I don't want Arsenal second, bro. I want them like deep, like 7th or 8th.
Nah, yeah, because you're not like Vader. You don't want what's best for London and that. If Vader was the Chelsea fan, he'd say, "Hey, Fulham and Brentford and QPR is the top 4 for West London."
I'm not interested. Sorry, for my personal, I don't like title races. I want to be very boring and wrap it up in March. Do you know what I mean?
You're selfish, facts. Vader will call you a selfish guy. You'd say you're selfish for that.
Sorry,
you don't want to play for the Premier League.
Can I say, I'm not here to entertain 19 other clubs' fans. Do you know what I mean? That's a you problem. Do you know what I mean? That's a you problem, stuff like that. But no, going back to it's like listen. Last year's transfer window, I think, was a crime against humanity. And also, the worst transfer window in Premier League history, not just the club's history.
Damn.
The worst
ever. I swear down.
And my problem overall with these owners is why has it taken 4 effing years for you to do this?
There you go.
You know what I mean? 4 effing years, right? It must have been like what you did last summer when you signed Cunha, Mbuemo, Sesko, etc. like that. And must have gone, why the hell haven't you done this for the past like 2 or 3 years?
They always think they know best. That's why, man. They gotta learn. You know why? Because a lot of them have
to learn the hard way.
Gotta learn by falling over. That's why.
But the issue is, that's fine, right? But if you deliberately not tied your shoelaces, that's your own fault, right? Do you know what I mean? Like that, you're tripping over yourself. You know what I mean? That's the problem. It's self-inflicted. That's what it is. If it wasn't self-inflicted, I'd be like, oh, no, they took their time. But nah.
Man, but real talk, though. I think we've got to a place in this market where maybe people do have to pay the money. I've been really against it the whole time, but maybe you do have to just pay it because I'm looking at I'm looking at what the scouts are doing, and I'm like, none of this is not impressive, and they're meant to be like, you know, the top level, because this is the highest level of football scouting that we're talking about. And look at the players that they're picking up.
Vikram, they are not willing to take risk. That's it.
Before we get into this conversation, let me get through the rest of these super chats because it's a good combo to have. Let me get through this just real quick. But big up Black, man. I appreciate you, man, for it as well, man. And yeah, like I said, I don't know what Villa are on. Let me get through the rest. 1 second, where we at? Big up Blank says Chelsea must suffer forever for Mason Mount. Well, you know what? We sent him Garnacho, so I'm cool with that. And it was good money as well. And look at what we replaced him with.
Fuck you. And fuck you as well.
Yeah, hold that, man. You know what I'm saying?
And
don't even do that.
We're just moving around. We're just moving around like a butterfly, just moving around.
Wait, I've got to say, hold up 1 second.
That was me doing that.
I know what it's from.
Wait, 1 second.
I know you're gonna do that, man. I know.
I got saying, wait, I'm not gonna hold up.
Man.
Hold up, man. I got saying, hold up. For those that might be new here. For those that may be new here, man, I swear, facts. I was like, yo, I've worked with you a long time, but I was like, I swear I've seen you somewhere before, man. Swear so. Wait 1 second. I'm just looking for it right now as we speak. That's all. I should have it on here. I don't know why. You know what I'm saying? In that. I don't know why. I don't know what's going on. You know what I'm saying? Give me 1 second.
You should have your own. By now, you should.
No. You can go to group chat. It's available in group chat.
Yeah. I just want to show the people, yo.
Why are you snitching? Why are you snitching, you shit, man?
Does that person look familiar right there? That's Garnacho and Neto celebrating. Who is that guy there? You know, in the cream swell. Huh?
You know what?
Who's that done?
I just slap him and then you get the fuck out of here, man. Just slap him back.
Look at that happy and joy on his face. Look at that. That guy looks familiar.
First of all, can I just applaud your bravery for wearing a cream sweater out in public?
It was cold.
No, I'm just saying. I'm talking about the sweater. I'm talking about the colour. I'm talking about the colour. You know, it's like when people get. That's why I never understand why people get white sofas. It just doesn't make any sense to me. I mean, it's the same.
Well, you did. Big up to Blank as well. Big up Blank for the because you started running your mouth. That's why you holding the smoke. Big up Blank for this super chat says, and we found Ozil problematic, but signs Garnacho. I don't know. Did he manage?
Yeah, he did. He managed him for.
Yeah, he did manage Ozil. Yes.
Oh, this is what Emery does.
Wait, no,
Arsenal, innit?
Ah, shit, yeah,
18
he was at Arsenal
Arsenal.
together, wasn't he? I thought he
Arsenal,
missed. I
yeah.
thought he missed him. I thought Emery was after first.
on
But
the
yeah,
tail end.
again, blank to Vikram's point when he was talking about like data and things of that nature. That's why they signed Garnacho. They ain't base it off the eye test.
I
Go on,
see.
go on,
I
sir.
call
Go on.
BS on that. I really do call BS
Go
on
on.
because I want to know what data they're looking at. Because if it's
I'll tell you in a sec.
expected frustrations, then he's off the charts. Yeah, and stuff like that. Yeah, because
Expected frustration.
because I tell you right now, Flores, and you know this, he's the probably up there as the worst dribbler in the Premier League for the past 3 years. He wants to phase through people like like he's in a Matrix or something like that, and it doesn't work. Yeah, he passes backwards all the time. He can barely pass. He shoots a lot, but they're all shit shots.
Yo,
They're like
Sophie, you're
over
giving him
or
too
something
much.
like
You're
that.
giving him too much credit. You said the worst
doesn't-
dribbler. This
he
guy's the
doesn't-
worst. One of the worst
Yeah.
footballers I've ever seen.
But I
Get
can
to
see
top
that-
level clubs.
But I think you have to understand when we say someone's a rubbish footballer, I think we have to be more in detail about why they're rubbish, right? Because that's just a blanket statement. This guy is a rubbish passer, a rubbish dribbler, a rubbish shooter, can't hit the ball.
It's
doesn't look
basically
up-
Russell Westbrook, man.
Doesn't look up when he crosses. Is a detriment in the NBA. In the NBA stats, he's like in the plus minus. He's like a minus 1,000 when he plays on there. Yeah, when he starts and when he comes on, he doesn't add anything. You know what I mean? Basically, that left side might as well not exist at Chelsea when he's on there because he's absolutely appalling. He doesn't help out his fullback at all. That's why Kukurea didn't get forward as much when he played and stuff like that. Honestly, I also know with transfer fees as they are right now, I'm not really bothered because I call it cost of living transfers now. That's what I'm calling them right now.
Blame Liverpool.
Yeah, they're so high. But what I'm saying is, I think we spent 40 million on Garnacho. Now, 40 million in this transfer market is not a lot, but it's who you spent it on. 40 million is way too much because he's crap. Yeah, overall he's not a good player, and we wasted 40 million on him. And that's my problem. If you're going to spend 40 million, tell me why you're spending 40 million. And there's no Chelsea fan, even the most optimistic ones, that thought he might do well or something like that, could ever tell me why, could ever convince me that he was a good signing. He just wasn't. When we were linked to him last January, and I went, no. I went, right away, no, right away, no, not happening. Yeah. And this is how bad he is. He makes me miss Mudryk. I'd rather have a drugged up Ukrainian winger than this guy right now. Yeah. He is absolutely appalling. Absolutely. This is the point, right? Jesse Derry, a kid we bought who we've loaned out to Sporting, right, did more in a 55-minute cameo where he had to be taken off for a concussion, right, because he got headbutted, right? Yeah. Did more and showed more glimpses of doing something than I've seen Garnacho all season, right? All season, yeah. Garnacho's goals were in the League Cup and against Minnows last year. Absolutely rubbish. He is rubbish, bro. Honestly, one of the worst footballers I've ever seen in my life. I'm telling you right now, if he didn't score that overhead goal,
that's one thing you did. And here's what I say when I talk about him in regards to the debt. Like, don't get mistaken, he's awful. Fully agree that he's awful. Trust me, terrible winger. I was telling Chelsea fans this week, we signed your best winger. All right, yo, just give it. Just give it two.
First of all,
Pick five.
I want their names.
I'll have to go back and check. You know what? In particular, it was back again, so the chat was moving mad. Because I remember it was one time it was on back again. It was me and Lewis. Troops was having some connection issues. Months wasn't on, and then we was going. This is when the deal was happening.
But
and
when you bought Mount, right? Did I ever try and convince you that he was going to be a good sign?
Oh, no. You know I'm smart than that.
You never. I get like when I was on the terrace, I get like KJ and Terry trying to convince me that he just needs a arm around his shoulder. I want to put both arms around his shoulders and my hands around his neck like that. So I want to do that. Yeah.
I just slap him on his back. That's why.
Oh, shut up! You didn't. You packed him on his back. You fraud. We just
celebrating. Well, yeah. When I talk about him in regards to and again, I don't agree with this in regards to data. They don't look at data in regards to success. So they don't look at goals scored. They don't look at successful dribbles. They don't look at successful crosses. What they look at is volume. So they say they do this, and this is not the way it should be done. If you have X amount of crosses right now, and you're getting, let's say you get more than most. Let's say 50 is the normal amount. in a normal, in 50 is a normal amount in 2 months in X amount of minutes, for example. If he's putting in 100 in that same X amount of minutes, they'll go, well, if he's putting in double the amount in that time, if he's successful even half of the time, he's going to be much more than the players who are hitting the mark normal and setting the standard. They look at it from a volume perspective.
It's the success of the. It's like the shots on target. It's like,
it's a volume thing.
It's got loads of shots on target. It's got loads of shots on target. Okay, what type of shots were they? Because if they're dribblers and passbacks, they count as shots on target, right? That's the thing about it. That what type of success are we? Are we talking about the keepers like whoa, like that, or something? How many times did he hit the bar? Because if he hits the bar or post, I know they don't count on target. I do count on target. Do you know what I mean? And stuff like that. What success? It says, passing. I was told by this guy called Robert, who Fata knows about Robert, the Chelsea fans. This guy's got elite.
Fucking bolted like Donsi.
Yeah, he is. No, not like Donsi, but he's got elite cutbacks. He never looks up. How do we know? How has he got elite cutbacks?
He just cuts it back.
Elite, but Flores, I told him to tell me what he's good at. Elite cutbacks. So what? He passes backwards. Is that what you're telling me right now? He passes backwards. Elite cutbacks. Elite cutbacks.
And I just add to that.
Remember, we were told, Fata. Remember when he signed? Oh, he'll also get in the box. And I remember going, no, at Man United, he stood on the wing. He didn't attempt to get in the box. And it's the same here. What are you talking about? So people went like, boom, like that. And I told you the Men in Black thing. The thing like that. Look at this. Oh, Garnacho's a great player. Oh, bro. I'm like, reflective.
You know what I will say about that? Yeah.
Go on,
what I will say is, remember last summer that we were just simping for Xavi Simons after the Club World Cup.
So let's say this guy got a Rodgers backdrop already, but go on, carry on as you were. You were quick with that. I just looked and I was like, is that Morgan Rodgers? He ain't even played yet. You might got him doing the celebration already, but go on, Fats. Go on, carry on. Xavi Simons.
Remember the last summer that we were just brief. There was lots of brief that we were trying to get Xavi Simons from the Eredivisie League, and then we were trying this, trying that, and then eventually that the news came out that we never actually put a bid on him. Apparently, it was a smokescreen for Garnacho, and this is why Winstanley is the one that signed Garnacho. He was the main issue because he keeps prioritizing, like Surface said, the volume and the resale potential over whether the fact that the player is actually good enough. Yeah. That's why we criticized Winstanley for it. So he just thought that it was a young resale value, this, that, blah, 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 blah. Just ignore everything. Just ignore everything what's happened on the pitch, the eye test. This is why you get criticized with it, and that's why there's one of the comments that I said that the ownership investor weren't too happy about the results for Egbali and Boli, and that's why they kind of tweet there was a news came out that we kind of tweak the model, some changes, and that somehow it's just like flip 540, and somehow the transfer like whoa, what
you know the issue with that, Fats. That's after it's happened, isn't it? It's like late into the season they report they're unhappy. They were happy with it when he signed. Do you know what I mean? That's the problem. Do you know what I mean? So that's why they don't get a pass. They don't get a pass from me because this is even if we have a good window, it's taken for. I'll give the first window a pass because that was just mental. We didn't have any they just taken over. But since January 23, a Morgan Rodgers type of player, that's who I know he's going to be 24, but that's the type of young player we were told we would be signing. We'd be signing the best young players, yeah. And I wouldn't be mad if the age is not an issue for me. If you're good enough, you're good enough, right? It's the quality of the player, and we've basically a big percentage have been utter trash. That's why, Flores, if you go through a list of our transfers in January 23, I think about 90% of them are not here anymore. And have gone within 6 to 12 months because they're shit. Do you know what I mean? They're absolute shit. And all this resale value. I don't care about resale value if you buy shit in the first place. You know, resale value to me would mean that they played well and someone comes with an offer twice of what you paid for them. Do you know what I mean? I mean, that's why I say extraordinary. I don't know what people see in some of our trash to overpay for it. I just don't know what these other clubs are thinking of, right? They look at Chelsea and go, I think they literally say, oh, it's a Chelsea problem. No.
They're foolish enough to think that. The same way, Surfer, that there's fans who think that.
Yeah.
People buying players and the people involved in recruitment think that, not just that, like across the board. Like as much as we'll clown people and clown fans on socials and mainstream media in the chat and go, people genuinely believe that. There's people out there that genuinely believe, like for the Garnacho situation, that wasn't a Garnacho thing. It was a Manchester United thing. People would genuinely think it's a Chelsea thing and not a Garnacho thing. Genuinely.
Look at Arsenal, right? They always like to pick up our trash, right? If I was Arsenal fan, I'd be going, because when they bought Kai Havertz, we rejected their first initial bid. They came back with a higher bid for Kai Havertz, right? I'm not joking. Same with Noni Madueke. He's basically
same with Kappa as well.
He's basically can I just say this is how mad it is. Garnacho had a better GNA season than Noni Madueke last year. Do you know what I mean? He had a better, and
that doesn't really shock me because Noni's rubbish as well.
What I'm saying is they came back. We rejected their first bid for Noni Madueke. We rejected it. That's the problem. I don't understand these other managers or these sporting directors looking at Chelsea and going, "Yeah, we need to get him away."
I think it's simple.
Over the past 20 years since we sold players, there's a handful of players that have done well. Right, there's not a lot of players that leave Chelsea that do well like that. They just don't. The only two at the top of my head are obviously Salah and Kevin De Bruyne, right, off the top of my head. And I'll always regret selling Kevin De Bruyne at the time. I don't regret selling Salah at the time. I regret that we sold him and got Cuadrado in return. That's my biggest problem at the time. But I would never. The only signing is Kevin De Bruyne. The rest are like. Because I can't remember a Chelsea player like Mason Mount. We signed for 60, and he's basically been on your physio table for 3 years. Do you know what I mean? Let's face it, right?
You know what it is. You know what it is.
Kai Havertz has scored a few important goals for Arsenal, but you got that's another thing. They ended up paying him more than what he earned us. He has only 300k. So he's on like 280. He's on 280 for what? And he's been injured for the past 2 years for half the season. Injured. I know he pops up and scores a goal here and there, but honestly, I just don't get it.
Hey, Sophie, you know this?
Just don't get it.
Sophie, you know this? And what's the saying? It's like someone touches another person's gold or another person's gold, right?
It's not gold, Jez. It's not gold. That's the thing.
But there's a track history of this.
No, but that's what I mean, stuff, right? Even though I agree with you, for somebody it is gold, right? Because as was reported, for example, with Garnacho, for example, this was Emery's priority. This wasn't like the club pushed it onto him. Now this was Emery's priority. So for him, that's gold. That's like, I'm cool with that. So Emery, I find it crazy. Huh? I find it crazy, but at the end of the day, it's what it is. By the way, who said? Hold on. Who said? Obviously, I read blank super chat. Emery found Arsenal. Where?
No, but Emery has a.
Say that again. What did you say that again, Jess? What did you say?
No, I was saying
the super chat. You mean?
Emery which one? This.
Yeah.
Oh no, he's saying Emery because Emery had issues with Ozil when he was at Arsenal, so he's saying, but he signed Garnacho. That's what he's saying in regards to it. I didn't even know that he had issues.
You know the Ozil thing. I'll be honest, there was way more technicality behind it. To be honest,
is it right, Faz?
Yeah, there was like.
We get to this last one as well. We get to this last super chat. Big up Blank man for the super chats. I appreciate you, my guy, every single time, my G. Says this signing is as a sackable offense as Mounts. The fact that there's smart people and sensible people and people paid a lot of money to make decisions and nobody involved, because it wouldn't have just been Emery, it would have been Emery and a host of people involved, and nobody said this is a bad idea. Like, what are we doing?
They signed him on loan, right? They signed him on loan, no problem.
Maybe it's just maybe
he's already signed a 4-year. Like I said, he's already signed a 4-year contract. That's why it's different from Jackson, right? It's because Jackson never signed a contract at Bayern, right? And also the guy came out as soon as he signed and said he's never going to meet the criteria for us to sign him permanently, right? it seems to me that the conditions to buy him are very achievable, even hopefully for Garnacho. I have to put it right because it's
I want to know what
Garnacho,
they are,
right?
but I'll get
Yeah.
your turn.
It's Garnacho, right? That's why we
want-
wouldn't have signed. That's why we wouldn't have signed. We wouldn't have signed off on it. We don't want him back. We want
of
him
course.
to achieve the. We asked for the minimum, right? Not the maximum, the minimum. So we can the average achievement. That's what we did. It's
But
average
this is the thing.
conditions for him to reach, and hopefully.
But that's the thing, like, I do find it a bit weird though. Like, why is there such lack of information actually about the deal though?
Because it's
I
not
feel
Man
like-
United.
No, but Chelsea it's still Chelsea though. When I'm
Because
talking about
36. Yeah, because it's not United, fam. Trust me.
because for me, because even bro, we got more information when Dragusin went to Fiorentina about the loan to obligation. Even
I think they want this one so secure that no one at Villa halfway through the season says to Emery, don't play him.
I think it's probably just appearances.
You know what? Can I just say here? I'm going on a limb where this is gonna be weird. So,
go on, man.
Remember when there was a report about Aston Villa having PSR issue?
They always have PSR issue, yeah.
So when we bought Rodgers for a huge fee, and somehow the next day, and then Villa almost immediately agreed to take Garnacho. Is it
a conspiracy? That's basically what you're asking.
Exactly.
I mean, technically,
Jez. Let me just, sorry, Jez. I'm sorry to interrupt.
Go on, Batter,
why don't you rewind the stream literally 40 minutes? And I said that 40 minutes ago, what you just said. Yeah,
I rewind it.
Come on, man. Hey, you don't fat say paying attention, man. You know what's going on in fact. We don't want. Yeah.
I literally said, what did I say to you? I said to him he was thinking about the signing El Kebab at the same time, right?
That's
I told you, that's what it is.
Using that analogy. Okay, now you know what? Now it's come back,
man. It's all come flooding back, man. Hey,
trigger word.
Kebab takeaway, man. That's what I thought we were.
Flashback word. Kebab.
It's like dealing with a child, man. This guy's a 10.
Don't diss a child. Please, I'll just say that right now. It's like dealing with a puppy. That's what it is right there, right? That's what it is. It's like dealing with a puppy.
But can I say though, like even if
we love you, fans, by the way.
The thing is here, even if it's a PSR issue, then they could have just taken Jackson though. I know they want still Jackson regardless.
They're going to, Jez. That's the point.
Yeah,
that's the point of a loan deal.
But this is what I'm saying, so right? Like I feel like you might as well could have just done this with like Jackson and then maybe look for alternative. Like I don't even think it's that big of. I don't think there's that much big of a conspiracy to be honest. I just think again, it says that this is Unai Emery's priority. Sometimes you have to give. I feel like we give Emery a lot of credit for a lot of good stuff he does. So when he does questionable stuff, we don't want to question him because he has done so much good stuff. Every manager has a pet peeve, right? Every manager has some sort of negative about them where I don't rate that you're doing this. I don't like that you're doing this. So I'll be honest, I just think he generally just wanted Garnacho and as an option, right?
Oh yeah, I genuinely think.
You know what Emery
does? Last season.
Emery has a track record of this, which is why I'm not shocked, and which is why I don't even crash it on him like that.
Rashford.
Because he's been doing this.
Rashford makes sense though.
No, Flores. Look at the Villarreal team he took to the semi-finals. That's one of the dustiest Champions League semi-final teams I've ever seen. But this is what Emery does. But this is what Emery does. But that's my point. It was full of bare rejects that no one wanted. That's my point.
You don't have to do that but you're at Villa now. You're not at Villarreal. You don't have to do that.
But he does it at every club he goes to. That's my point. He has a track record.
You should change your mind.
I do think because even if he's at Villa, certain habits may stay. Like for example, how we say, for example, Emery's a B tier manager. So maybe he's fine with not maybe going with the more expensive signing of like high caliber, high reputation type of player, but he would rather get players who have something to prove. Like again, every manager is a bit different. The only thing that I would say is just from a talent perspective, yes, he did work with a lot of rejects. I do think Garnacho is like the worst reject that he's probably worked with though. From a talent perspective.
Yeah, like when are you gonna realize you're Emery at Villa? If that's the case, let's
the
say what
thing-
Vikram's saying is correct, which could be correct. It makes logical sense what you're saying 100%.
And also,
when you're going to realize you're a B-tier manager, Europa
but-
League winner at Villa,
Flawless,
you can attract better players.
That's why he's never worked at a big club. That's why.
No, but the thing is,
Because he'll never get out of that mentality. He never.
I don't
will.
think it's that mentality. I just don't think he's good enough.
And
But that's not sure.
the words Garnacho and priority should only be used when you're trying to get him out of the club, not in a club. Like that, right? That's what it is, right? To actually say he's what is printed out a priority signing should make every Aston Villa fan be sick at the same time, right? Should actually make them vomit at the same time. We should be hearing reports of an unusual activity in the Birmingham area tonight, Flawless, because of Garnacho signing. Right? That's what we should be like. We should be hearing some weird things happening.
The thing is,
we don't know what's happening. We don't know what's happening here. The people are going mad. What's going on, sir? What's going on? Villa is so good at try, mate. No. I should be hearing like that. Bonkers.
So for me, I don't even really necessarily care, right? I don't really necessarily care. Like, they can do whatever they want. It's not my football club.
Yeah.
Like I saw Louis' leaving party. I felt like I wanted to join the leaving party, even if it wasn't linked to my club, just so I can celebrate. But the thing for me is I don't want to see, and this is my problem. Villa fans will complain about what Spurs is doing, what Man United is doing, what Chelsea is doing when they are not winning trophies, they are not being competitive. And hey, if you're in the chat, don't take it as offense. But bro, stop. This kind of proves the whole point of this whole the Premier League is designed for the Big Six to be able to work at its full. It's the Premier League is literally on the Big Six knees. That's not the truth. It's not the truth. When you're making signings like this, it's the reason why you can't progress as a football club.
And you know what your still issue is? This rule about PSR was brought in after Man City got takeover and started spending millions. And who were some of the clubs that agreed to this at the time of their ownership? Villa and Newcastle. So it's your own fault. It's your own fault.
So this is what I'm saying. It's some bullshit. That's what I'm saying. Stop. That's what I'm saying. Instead of pocket watching, maybe ask your football club to maybe ask Newcastle owners. Maybe when are you going to start building a new training facility?
They just spent awful, man. They have actually spent. They just spent terribly.
My problem is the whole. For example, the reason why Tottenham can spend the way we can spend, for example, is because of how Levy has built a. Yeah, exactly. That's a valid reason. I hear it. He has.
I'd rather have Beyonce on the left wing than Garnacho.
The thing is here. Oh, 100%. But the thing for me is here.
Easy money.
He has worked up the football club to the point where we're probably one of the most self-sustained football clubs in the world, despite not having necessarily the reputation of like any of those big football clubs who have the same level of self-sustainability. So when I look at the Newcastle, and I'm thinking to myself, okay, even if on the pitch, cool, we have struggles. Why are you not maybe doing everything necessary in order to make sure that players want to come there? Players don't want to come. When Tonali signed for Newcastle, and in the video, he said in Italian, and somebody translated saying that, everything here is so small. Compared to Milan.
Wait, who said that?
When Tonali signed for Newcastle, and also the behind the scenes videos, right?
Yeah.
Somebody obviously he said it in Italian to his mother or something that everything is so small here in the training ground, in the training facility.
Yeah, because he's coming from Milan, isn't he?
Yeah, he came from Milan.
Let's face it, right? Let's face it. They tricked him. He saw the black and white stripes and went, "Oh, Juventus are doing their pre-season training." Right? Anyway, I'm signing. The old lady, and they celebrated. They didn't celebrate in Newcastle by champagne. They celebrated by smacking a couple of sausage rolls together from Greg's. That's what happened right there, right?
I can't lie, man. If I was 50-50 on a deal and someone said, "Hey, we got 2 sausage rolls from Greg's for you," I'd be like, you know what? I see the vision, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm a proper Northern. Like,
at least you wouldn't have to pay extortionate prices for it.
Listen, he's expecting the best Italian wine. And Newcastle, he got Newcastle Brown Ale. Do you know what I mean? That's
the sausage roll. Sausage roll.
Yeah, man, you heard that's the Northerner in me right there. That's something I go, hey, you know what?
That's fine.
You know your audience.
That's fine. He's coming from Milan. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true. I'm from
You
Manchester.
know, yeah.
This thing
Well,
different.
let
Yeah.
me-
You're
let
from,
me
he's from
ask-
Milan. You're from Manchester. That's the difference.
Manchester.
Yo, okay, let me ask before you go to the super chat, man.
Yeah, go on.
What's he go to at Brexton?
Yeah, I'm even gonna lie, 2 sausage rolls. That's my go-to. I'm sorry, man. I'm proper Northern and proper Manc. Yo, like,
that's
2 sausage rolls at Greg's.
We're brought up on it. We're brought up on it, so it's fine. We're used to that, right? If someone offered me, it's not really surprising. If someone offered me a sausage roll, of course I'd take it. I wouldn't take the Italian wine and pasta bollocks. You know what I mean? Like that. You know?
Cacio e pepe.
Yeah, hey, Jez, do you want some carbonara?
Pasta bollocks.
I'm crying tears. I'm crying.
What about if they did like a fusion with like the sausage roll and the carbonara?
Nah, no fusion, man. Remember about 2 sausage rolls and be calm, yo. I want them in the same bag as well, man. In the same bag.
What if it's carbonara, but in the sausage roll pastry? Like that, so it's like it's just a fusion of it like that. So you think it's a sausage roll, and you take a bite, and it's just pasta inside carbonara like that. That's what it is.
Oh, I'll be honest. And instead of the guanciale, it's bits of the sausage.
You man are so stupid, yo. You are so
No, by the way, my go-to is ironically sausage roll.
Yeah, man.
A cola, and then for the sweet, man, I go and get a yum.
Yeah, because like I said, because they got rid of the meat and potato pasties. Why? I don't know. You know what I'm saying? They was elite. You know what I'm saying? I can't believe that they got rid of the meat and potato pasties. Greg's, what are you doing? Because that's just like go on, sir.
I'm a bit of a Wenzel's man myself. Do you know what I mean? You know the Wenzels? You know the Wenzels? Oh, it must be a South thing. Must be a South mid South thing. It's basically just different bakers like that. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, right. Okay. Now I never heard of it. No.
Yeah. Sorry, we're talking about football transfers. How did we get onto
we got to Greg's and Wenzel's and bakery. Let me get to the super chat. Hey, before I get to the super chat, you're clearly entertained. To people in the chat, in regards to the Bruno G potentially to Chelsea, if anyone's got any of the, obviously make sure you cite your source, but any of the actual quotes, whether it's Giannis, whether it's somebody else, we will get to that very, very shortly. But big up Blank for this super chat. So screw it. Any chance of selling Mount to Villa now? Unfortunately, Blank, our current ownership has to pay for the sins of the past ownership in regards to from a wages standpoint. If Mount was on, if he was 100K. If he was on let's say that. If he was on 100K, it'd be easy to move on, same way Rashford would. The only reason why these players are tough to move on is because they're on these big wages. The thing is, I don't mind about Mount being here, even though I want him sold is he didn't get no game time. He didn't get no game time. We had 3 midfielders, and he still couldn't get regular game time. We had Bruno, we had Casemiro, we had Meno. That was it. And even when one of them was missing, he barely got any game time. So with Santos, with Tielemans, with another midfielder joining, potentially an attacker, he's way down the pecking order. United got other issues. If we can sell him, if we could loan him, great. But I think he will still be here because for whatever reason, Carrick likes work, seems to want to work with him, but you don't rate him that highly because we'll see how much. Let's see how many starts he gets. That's what I'll tell you all you need to know.
What length is his contract?
I think he's got 2 years left. 2 years or 1 year. I think it's 2 years.
That stinks of him running out his contract, doesn't it?
Yeah, I think he does as well.
It runs till 2 years left with the club holding the option to extend for an additional year.
I'll be honest, I don't even notice. I know people hate why football is so selfish. I'll be honest, if I'm Mount, fuck, I'm doing the same shit.
I'm doing that.
Yeah. Sancho did it. I see Rashford doing it. I think we lose Rashford for a free eventually. Yeah. I think Mount will probably do it. And again, that's the previous ownership. When you make bad deals, bad things happen.
You know what's funny though? There's all the people that will try and get onto the players and that for not taking, because the usual rhetoric is you should value your career and all that. But I'm just like, guys, it doesn't matter where you are in life, in the world in general. You cannot ask someone to lower their wage and expect them to be okay with it. It doesn't exist anywhere. No one does that. Exactly. It's their livelihood. You can't just ask someone to lower their wages for the sake of our career choice. No one does that shit.
It's amazing people that don't understand. Yeah. You're loyal to your club. You support your club. This is their job. right? You know what I mean? You don't understand. It's their job. They still have to pay bills and stuff like that and support a family. Yeah, they get paid huge amounts of money. But if someone came in and said, "Oh, by the way," like Bickman just said, "You know the job you like? Yeah, could you do it for 10 grand less?" Do you know what I mean? It's like, what? Sorry, what? But it doesn't make any sense.
You're right. Your resignation letter that hour.
My first thing would be, are you doing it for 10 grand less? Because I'm not. Stuff like that. It's
it's crazy. Yeah, go on. Carry.
No, I'm finished.
No, I was just gonna say in regards to it, yeah, like it makes sense. And what you saying, 110%. Hence why I don't like on his case, like he got himself a fantastic deal. Like I said, as long as he don't play, first and tidy cases, I think guys are gonna be heated when Mouse gets playing time next season. Carrick actually rates him, so why did he not get game time this season? He ain't getting no game time. With the squad worse, with more players, he's all of a sudden gonna get game.
I want to go back to the scouting point. I think at this point now, where we are in the window, I think I've changed my tune. I think every club needs to start paying the money, just because the scouting teams. I'm just assuming that the scouting teams know what they're doing, and clearly there's just not that much talent out there in their opinion. So people just gotta pay the money.
You know what he's saying now?
Well,
he saw the reports of you being linked to Tyler Adams. That's why he's saying it right now.
Bro, people just gotta pay the money. I'll be honest. Like,
ironically, this is news to me. What was the price for him?
No, there wasn't a price. There was
no price.
No, it was just that.
Yeah, but for us, any price is too much, bro. Like these guys just need to start.
I think it would have pinch of salt. Was it a reliable source?
No, it was
probably not.
It was actually somebody reliable from like United standpoint. But it wasn't. But the tweet specifically said that Tyler Adams is just one of many players that they. Exactly. So it wasn't like
real bad. The scouts they're losing me by the day. Like I'm starting to think that there really just isn't that many players out there.
I think you
gotta pay the money.
You know what it is, Wickman?
Give him Bergvall, Jez. Give him Bergvall for 60. Give him Bergvall.
Bro, like again, Bergvall. Like look at what we're saying. Bergvall.
I think it's just inflation nowadays, man. Like,
I mean, what's the cause? I mean, I probably prefer Romero, but the thing is here, it's because after Jumban signed Tillemans, in the Ornstein report, it did say that they want to go in somebody in there who's a bit more robust, a bit more hardworking, and to be fair, Tyler Adams fits the bill.
Yes, you're not gonna sell this crap to me, but I'll be honest. Not today.
It's profile though. It's profile though.
He's not saying selling him to you, Vikram. He's just saying he does fit the profile.
Yeah, profile.
And United, do I believe United are going to go and sign Tyler Adams? No. So I don't know why you get
No, you're right. He fits the profile. He fits the profile of being shit. That's the profile he fits.
No, he's not shit. No. If you watch Bournemouth, he played. If you watch Bournemouth, he played well.
I think he's average. Yes, I don't think he's shit. I think he's average. Yeah.
I think he's average. This one I'm saying. I'm not saying that United should go and say, but I'm just saying if it were to come down to it, and all the other options for whatever reason they didn't want to go for, and it wouldn't be then surprising if then late in the window they still haven't signed a midfielder. No, they might be looking at the Tyler Adams because for whatever reason. I'm just saying.
No, but that's why I've changed my tune, Jez. If it's that kind of situation, they have to pay the money. I've changed my tune. I've realized that.
Pay the money for who?
The players that they weren't willing to pay the money for before. So whether that's just the names we've been linked with in general, that they weren't willing to pay the money on before. If that is like their last case scenario, they might as well just pay the money. I'll be honest. Because clearly the scouting team doesn't think there's anyone better.
Okay, let me ask you this: Tyler, if you okay with Alex Scott for paying for 70 million or 80 million, you okay with?
Well, if it's him or Tyler Adams, then yeah.
Well, why are them the two options? Where did that become the two options? What are we talking about?
Look at these scouts.
Why? No. Forget what the scouts are doing. Stop this. We can't have these nonsense conversations. Yes. Why are they the two options? Who said that? Yes. You've just invented this out of the blue. Nobody said they're the two options. Who said it's Tyler Adams or Alex Scott? Who said that? What report?
I'm asking. That's it. No. I'm asking example.
report said that. We gotta relax with this because they be drawing you in Vikran and drawing in people in the chat. They're supposed to report on these things. Nobody nowhere. There's no tier 1 source or terrible source or ITK that has said it's Tyler Adams or Alex Scott. So why are we talking about it? What are we doing out here? Everybody knows Manchester United are looking at midfielders. Therefore, we are going to get linked to every good midfield. We're going to get linked to every midfielder under the sun. We've been linked to hundreds of midfielders. If you go to Google and type in Manchester United midfield targets, a whole list of names are going to come up. So why are we talking about the bad ones? Let's talk about Camavinga then. Why are we not talking about? Because Camavinga is just as likely to me as Tyler Adams. So let's talk about that. Why is it not? So why can't we talk about come on, man? We can't get drawn in with this. We can't get drawn in with this.
I don't believe most of these journalists because I think most
all
of them
right, so let's not have the nonsense conversation at all. If it's Tyler Adams or Alex Scott, why is that the scenario?
No, because that's just what Sai asked me, innit? So I just
I asked you that because of what you have said before that. That was never the scenario. Like we talking about here, you gotta be smarter than that and getting drawn in. Or just pay the money. No, the scouts don't have it. Like relax. It's the 23rd of July. Nobody thought we was gonna get Tillemans. So Tillemans was available. Same way no one thought we was gonna get Santos. There's other midfielders out there. Kone is a prime example. Why are we not talking about that? Kone they're talking is 50, 60 M's. So why are we not talking about that? Can't feed into this nonsense. Like I don't understand.
And by the way, Kone is more linked than Tyler Adams. Kone is more linked for United than Tyler Adams.
Yeah, but Sai, I just don't believe any of these journalists.
No. I think don't believe it. No. So just 1 minute. Don't believe it because, bro, United doing business in silence. Don't believe it. United doing business in silence.
That's exactly why I don't believe it.
Guys. It's really as simple as that. There's just many words out there, and Tyler Adams was just a name being thrown out there.
Yeah, it's all the name. Yeah, and all of a sudden it became between him and Alex Scott. Why? Like there's no other midfielders, so let's throw Kone in the mix then. Let's throw Alex Scott in the mix. Let's throw Kamara in the mix. Since we just thrown it, I'll throw Kamara in the mix then. I'll throw Sangari in the mix. Mamadou, not Ibrahim, by the way, for someone says the Forest.
No, but I think the scouts have obviously they have their network, they have their list of players that they might potentially want. But I'm just questioning the list in general. I'm just questioning.
They're not working on it though. They could be working on names we don't know because the two they've come out, we've not learned from this. I don't know. The two names we've signed, nobody knew about. So how do we know they're not currently working on names right now on said list? Nobody knew about Santos
because clubs always do stuff behind the scenes anyway. Like in every season, even while the season is ongoing, like clubs are always going out of their way to like get stuff done behind the scenes to get ready for the next season and the next season after that. Like they always. That's why the Santos thing, they've been scouting him since like last year and all of that because they always do their due diligence before. You're going.
No. I was just gonna say big up to DJB for the raid as well, man. Big up DJB for the raid. Appreciate everyone joining from over there as well. Run up the likes. Make sure you subscribe. I'm not even gonna check the whole show, people. So let me do one. That's how entertaining this shit. We're at 77 likes. Let's get up to 100 likes, people. We need triple digits on the like. Let's go up to 100 likes, and we are 16 short of 17. Are we? No, we're not. See, my maths is terrible, people. We're slightly short of 17k people. Get us up to 16,000. Let's get to 990 people. 6 more subscribers, man. Get us to 16,990. That's where we need to head to, people. Get us there as well. But let me get to this Sanjay Flawless. These are the two options because we're experiencing peak. Sergeant Ratcliffe, cheap bastard. Bro is looking for 80, 84 rated goal cut. Why are them the two options? Sanjay, show me the source. Show me the source that said the two options are Tyler Adams or Alex Scott.
You know what?
We can say before you go back, we can say what we think, and we can say it's between this, is between that. One thing I've learned this summer already with Manchester United is not to guess because they've pulled two midfielders absolutely out of nowhere, but people still want to continue to guess. There's no source. You can say I think they're the two options, but to say these are the two options is crazy.
I think we should all, especially for myself. I think we should all take every link with a pinch of salt and just be surprised.
Because journalists chat absolute crap.
But we literally got Chelsea as a Chelsea fan. I've gone less than a week. My transfer window is suddenly like very good. In less than a week. You know what I mean? Morgan Rogers was like an RKO out of nowhere. So let's
the thing. Like things just move like just naturally, right? And that's what I said. That's why I went up specifically said the thing is like obviously it's just one of many options.
Yes.
Many. And we don't even know, and it could be options that even haven't been named yet before in the
Exactly.
So
Could
that's
get
why
that. They could get that still a
No,
block.
but this is actually an interesting conversation though, because
Go on.
in general people have like quite a mixed opinion about the scouting network, the scouting situation, like what scouts should be doing, what they shouldn't be doing, and it like I want to know what everyone's opinion is on like the whole scouting. So for example, like they had a conversation before about it was on A-listers about scouting from like Liverpool and United City, Chelsea, Arsenal, and then scouting for like Bournemouth, Brighton, and teams like of that ilk, and how players it's easier to scout for those teams because of the pressure aspect, the mitigating circumstances, but it's harder to scout for the top teams because of obviously the pressure that comes with.
Can I go first?
It's a different way of scouting, right? At the top clubs, we just scout youngsters. That's all we scout. The other thing, we just sign known players. There's not really much scouting in it because we've seen them play before, so we just look at their data. We just scout potential, whether it's like a Brentford, a Sunderland, a Brighton, will scout like ready-made players, but you just haven't heard of them. Do you know what I mean? Like Mitoma was in the Belgian league, 26 was ready to go.
A little bit as well.
Was ready to go right there. That's the difference. They have to do that because their survival is based on recruiting for a low price and selling for an astronomical price. That's how they survive.
I think
with us, we just scout the sexy Brazilian name. Do you know what I mean? Every
No, but that was kind of like my whole point with that scouting thing, because I just think scouts in general, like when people are saying obviously you shouldn't just pay the money because there's better options out there. I'm just like the scouts just don't see it in that specific way because of other stuff that's involved.
Maybe it's because finding the good players is easy though. I think finding the good players for the big club.
No, but it's not just about finding good players. It's about finding players that are gonna go on.
You know, you're right. The aspect is that scout the way we kind of approach it, right? Because at the end of the day, we don't work in these facilities. We don't know what they look at. For example, Andrew Santos is somebody that United scouts when he was even in Brazil. So it's not surprising that obviously it came out of nowhere that they wanted him all of a sudden because nobody knew he was available. But it was a name that they were scouting for years. This is not something out of the blue. You are right. The aspect is that the way they probably set up their scouting network is completely different to how we maybe want them to. Like, for example, how I believe that, for example, Liverpool is probably the perfect example. They was actually in a good position where they could have actually gone the road of already getting people in the attacking sense of now is the time to go and get guys with potential who are showing a little bit right now based on the data, but you see the upside to it. Instead of waiting till guys like Salah, guys like Gakpo getting worse, guys like Luis Diaz leaving, instead of letting this all happen, they should have already invested in that. So now they're in a situation where we need to bring in attackers, but we don't know who. So it's when we talk about the conversation about scouting, it's kind of two ways I look about it. That's why, for example, I said it was Spurs this summer. I understood why we paid the money for Tonali and Fernandes, even though I do think they were overspent because if you look at our current situation, and you knew that you needed to get the quality in the attack though, because there's not that many names out there. Why I'm saying that the scouts should take an approach of go with what the data is saying instead of going with the names and who everybody is familiar with, because what are the chances that you could go with a little bit of an unknown player being way much worse than the current guy that we see in the market? For example, Pedro Neto, for example, if Chelsea were to sell Pedro Neto to Tottenham,
just push the fan back a little bit.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah,
rather than
one sec,
proactive. You have to be proactive rather than reactive. You have to react as a club.
Wait, one sec, sorry. Is it better?
Yeah.
Okay, so where I was here, for example, let's say Chelsea sell Pedro Neto to us, right? Why is it then wrong for me to think that scouts should maybe take an approach of let's actually go with somebody who's a little bit cheaper, of unknown, but there could be a bigger ups. But based on the data, they're showing that you know what they're already producing to a certain level. It's just that they're not being given the opportunity to maybe play at a higher level. Why not then just take the risk? This is the
Well, I
way
think-
I personally see. This personally how I see the because let's be real with the attack. Like we all say with the attacking market, there's not that many obvious names out there. So why are we not maybe? Why are we willing to take the risk for guys who we know they're just maybe above average, when we could just take a risk and say, okay, we don't know how good this guy is, but this guy could be way much better than above average for the attacking position. If you want to say for the midfield, if you want to spend, I'm cool. If you want to say about the defense, you want to spend, that's cool. But I feel like for the attacking position, I just feel like why we not want to take a bit more risk. I think too many clubs are too afraid of it.
I think you answered your own question in a way, though, because it's not that they don't want to take the risk. It's just that they genuinely think that paying the money is more, it's more like the probability in their heads is more risk adverse than actually taking the gamble on the young player. Because remember, like we were talking about with the Bournemouths, the Brightons, and all that, they're like, or okay, maybe not them specifically, but teams in general that are scouting the younger players for like resale value. They're obviously thinking about the next steps when it comes to them players, like, will they develop and will they push on? But at Tottenham, you're thinking for those players to come in and start week in, week out. Like, it's a completely different expectation, if you get what I'm saying. Like, because that was the start of the conversation. It was like, getting players that are ready to start week in, week out. And that's where like all the other circumstances come in, where that
was the premise that we were talking about on the A-listers. Yeah, that was the basis of the conversation. And the point I was making in regards to that was, yes, you telling me you can't, and the Sam was telling me, and Dial's telling me no. I disagree. Our goalkeeper came out of Belgium and starts week in, week out. What are we talking about?
But then their
pushback will be defenders and midfielders are easier to come across than the attacking market. That's what they'll push back.
How come if we ask Surfer right now, or if you ask Jez right now, if they change their goalkeeper, they'd say yeah? Why is it the experienced goalkeeper we had before this one, who had all the intangibles, experience, Champions League, all that failed, and even before him, goalkeepers before him, and even in between, from Schmeichel to Van der Sar to David De Gea, there was a whole host of goalkeepers in between who had much more experience than actually Lamens is probably the most inexperienced goalkeeper we've had on paper.
Definitely.
Okay, and he's already better than pretty much all of them. But obviously, by the main guys, I'm talking about all the top.
I think he's top 3. I'm not gonna lie.
But the thing, top 5. This is for me a prime example of like Man United took a risk of it because there wasn't a lot of data, but there was enough data where they felt like, you know what, this is better than sticking with buying the Onana for the season. They took the chance, and this is for me, like I'm saying, it's like, for example, when it comes to attackers, I feel like one of the most important things is, I'm not saying go and buy some random kid from the favelas. Now, actually go and make your research. How many minutes has he been playing? What is the data saying? Is he and after you analyze the data, are you seeing if the data is applying to what you see with your eyes? Then I feel like, but like you said, Victor, you're 100% correct with your answer after I explained, right? You're 100% right. The clubs are not willing to do that, but I feel like when the attacking market is the way it is right now, with the prices that you're seeing, I just feel like why not trying to take the risk?
But again, their pushback on that will be
just clubs are afraid.
Like their pushback on that will be how often do you actually get like a Lamens, a Salah, and them kind of players. That's what their pushback will be. They'll be like,
if you have to, you don't know. You have to try. You have to take risks. See, people are willing to spend 120 million on one season, not one season good on demand day. Why can't you go to other markets and research and take a risk on that? See, if you're really telling me, your stats are telling me that Barcol is this good and you're willing to pay 150 million, why can't you go to another Portugal or Bundesliga and go and research and spend 30 million, 40 million on more 20 more years old? I'm not asking about 16 or 17.
And he don't have to be to Stai's point, because that's another thing he does. I agree with Sai, and I'm glad he mentioned that. The player don't have to be 18, 19, 20. He could be 25.
Yes.
He could be 26. You don't have to be a kid.
I think a Brentford, for example, obviously context is a bit different. He joined when he was in the Championship, right? But I think Brentford joined Brentford when he was like 20, 21, right? And then he kind of worked himself up. But to be fair to Wickham, he is 100% right of how football clubs approach it. Like, this is just what the reality is. It's just that.
That's why I'm giving you like what the pushback that they would.
No, you're 100% right.
And they're right in regards to that because how the clubs view it. But just because the clubs do it like that, I don't think that's the correct way to do that. When Dial's starting off what he's saying, yeah, he's the best of the worst. You wouldn't buy anything in life saying it's the best of the worst. There's nothing in life you would buy where you go, yeah, this is the best of the worst. Self get your mind out of the gutter, but you lot overstart like there's like 99. Right, let me clarify that, people, because I'm with Surfer there. It's like 99.9% of things. It's probably 0.0001%.
I looked at some of those crowds, and I'll be fine with some of their friends.
The best of the worst. So outside of that, let's be honest. Outside of Gyal, where it's the quote unquote best of the worst. Like, I'm not gonna make the analogy. You lot can play it together yourself. Like,
don't do it, Fats.
You wouldn't do that. Yeah, Fats definitely not. Go on, Sam. Go
on. See, this is a prime example for Liverpool, the right situation. See, if you have been proactive, you don't be in this situation. You rather plan. See, Salah is getting old. Why can't you plan a next Salah or next year right winger for before 2 years or 1.5 years? Sign him and loan him, or go to play him in an academy. Or if you want a left winger, sign him and play him at loan him. Why can't you be proactive rather than reactive? See, if you have to reactive, then 1 minute. Now we have been reactive, right? We have to pay the price. We have to pay 100 million, 120 million. You can't be like that. Go on, Vikram. Sorry.
No, I was just saying, but then their pushback to that will be, it's not guaranteed that the player's going to come in and actually be what they think he's going to be. It's not guaranteed.
Wait. Then my rebuttal will be, there is no guarantee or 120 million will flop. We've seen that. There is no guarantee for that also, right?
But then their pushback would be that there's a higher chance of that succeeding than what you mentioned.
How can you tell that? No, there is true. You can't tell me.
Based off of their data, that's what they would tell you.
Based on data, what? Based on 1 year data. Okay. You telling me 1 year demanded data deserves 120 million price tag?
It doesn't, but that's what they will tell you.
No, you can't be like that.
And that's why you can't be like that. I'm with Sai in regards to that's where it falls down. All right, so go get someone who's maybe not the level of Diamande right now, but say someone who's a couple years older. You cost 60 million.
And by the way, before Jess goes up, before Surfer, 1 point, this is what I have to make it. There is a player called Hani Ajmusa at Ajax. Jess knows. He's a right winger. He plays for Algeria. He's 21 or 22. Why can't you scout him? Why can't you do that? Okay, he's not like a high price. He will be cost 50 to 60 million. You can do with him. Why you are willing to take a risk on 120 million player where he played only 36 games, by the way, in his senior year, 36 games. Why can't you do? Why have you do
that? The issue is here. The worst part about it is you both are right technically in terms of where you guys coming from, right, and where the thing is. And the issue with football clubs is that, despite of how we feel like, even though I agree more with Sire and how it should have been, especially in Liverpool situation where they actually had a good attack, the thing with football clubs is they think that their approach is the right approach, even if it's going to end up being bullshit. So this is just the reality, but just because it's the reality doesn't mean no. Because you have at one point, because for me, my thing is here. So are we just all going to accept now that we're going to pay extortionary prices for average players? Like, for example, at least with the midfield, as much as we say about the midfielders and how we say they're not the price is worth and they're not top tier players, at least they're good players. The attackers that I'm seeing right now for the prices, bar Rodgers, most of these guys are average in my opinion. At least Rodgers is actually a good player.
The attacker side is where I actually agree with you guys. I do think that the scouts are being a bit lazy. I do think if they wanted to, they could find players on that level.
I don't think it's necessarily the scouts. I think it's the people I think scouts bring, and we've heard about this when it's like, scouts brought such and such a player or saw a list of players to a club. I think it's more so the people making them decisions who don't green light. Yeah, I think it's more. I don't really put it on the scout. I
Club-
think scouts find players. I think the club are the ones that go.
It's on sporting directors. It's on sporting directors. For me, it's on sporting
Sporting
directors.
directors, technical directors,
Technical,
DOS,
yes.
all of them,
Yeah,
all of them.
This is where I'll credit. This is where I'll credit. I think clubs need to think about succession plans when it comes to like great players. Right?
Yes.
And City did it with Rodri, right? They got Rodri in.
Yeah.
Fernandinho
is there.
Was still playing.
Company as well.
They literally
Company
gave him like,
Silva.
they literally gave him 2 years to settle in a new country,
guys,
right? And see you, mate.
Big up fats.
And he had sporadic appearances here and there in his first season and built up, and then eventually took over because Fernandinho left. I don't know. I wouldn't call Anderson a succession plan because I don't think they're the same type of player. But that's where like I like the Brighton had like literally Basuma, Caicedo, Baleba, like that as a succession plan.
But this is where I agree with the scouts.
No, but that's where big clubs need to be better. Like when you have great players, right? You need to start looking to the future. Well, with like when they're in the end of their prime, or maybe middle of their prime, going into the back end of their career, and going right. We want to sustain this success, right? Who's on the up and up? Do you know what I mean?
This is where I completely agree with the club and the scouts, though. Just in terms of the bigger replacing big players at bigger clubs, because I think that's like, for example, we were talking about the prior conversation about like these lower profile players that are just up on the up, like Barcola, Diamande, and them, man. Now we're talking about replacing Bernardo Silva, Rodri, like 2 all-timers.
Yeah, but
we're talking about having like succession plans for those players, and I think that's a lot harder than getting a player to start week in, week out.
What I think you may be failing to understand is that when they were bought in, they weren't all-timers. Do you know what I mean?
Of course.
Yes, it's a difficult thing to do, but you have that plan in place. Like Rodri could have failed. They could have had Fernandinho and Rodri joins and Rodri doesn't turn out to be what it is, and then you're stuck. But what Surf is saying, which I agree with, is you put the plan in place. The reason why teams can now charge Liverpool even more for a right winger because there's no Salah. If you take this back 4 years to 2022, let's say it's 2022 and Salah's flying, Liverpool can get a right winger for cheaper.
For 40 million.
What you need is, you can get, and maybe of course him being Salah level is going to be very tough, but you're looking for him to be good. You start there with just a good level player. That's what I say.
United should have had maybe a better plan when Ronaldo was hitting like in that 07-08 season. They should have been prepping to try and find. I know they would have said, "Oh well, we got Nani and he was good." But he wasn't like Ronaldo level. And I'm not saying they had to get someone of Ronaldo level, but they had to get someone who they could have gone, he can get to there. I think he can get there. Do you know what I mean? Instead, you remember that window, Flawless. It's probably one of your worst windows when you signed Owen on a free.
Owen, Valencia
as well, and somebody else. And Overton is your free transfers.
That was the beginning of the beginning.
That was
the beginning of the end. Beginning of the end.
So we knew that Bale was eventually going to leave, right? And especially if it was going to be England or Spain, whatever. But we knew he was going to eventually leave. Instead of actually already having a plan ready to go, we just said fuck it. Just buy like a bunch of players with the Bale money, which is funny because one player ended up hitting, right, which was Eriksen, but the rest of them, Paulinho,
same as Suarez when he left. Same as Suarez when he left Liverpool, right? They spent it basically on shit.
Andy Carroll, bro. Andy Carroll.
Yeah. And the thing is,
Andy Carroll was bought at the same time as Suarez.
Oh yeah, sorry, yeah.
So I'm talking about when Suarez left, and you bought like Balotelli and what's the Villa striker, the Belgian one? It was
Benteke.
I do agree. I do agree with the overall point. I just think that we're in a weird era of football now where I just don't think replacing these elite level players is anywhere near.
It's not just that though, because we didn't do it with Didier Drogba, right? We didn't sign a physical striker that team was built for. Our team was built to have a physical striker, right? Number 9, it's always built, and it took us 3 years to replace him with Costa, and then it's taken us nearly doggone 10 years to get João Pedro in. a player like. Obviously, his age. Obviously, his age, he's only 24, so obviously he was younger. We weren't going to get it. What I'm talking about is a striker like that. It's taken us like 10 years to find one. Do you know what I mean? Like to bring one in, we've had failure after failure when it comes to that. When it comes to striker, there's some players you can't replace. You can't replace a Frank. You can't replace a Frank Lampard because he's just a freak, right?
Yeah,
As a midfielder, right? He's a freak, right?
Okay, so you're talking more just get the guy for right now instead of trying to actually replace player for player.
Well, you have to but that's where I do think your scouting and your data department have to work hand in hand and go, well, we know this player, we think he can get there, and bring him in.
Potential.
Bring him in, see if he acclimatizes to the whole situation, and see if steadily with his performances it goes up. That by the time your star player retires or you sell him, that you're confident enough that this player is going to come in, and it's not going to be the same because no player is the same. There's not one player the same, but that you don't take a real bad hit. And then in a season's time, going shit, we need to spend 150 million.
And that's where I'm at with it in regards to it. Getting all time is obviously, if you can, that's not the aim. When I'm talking about these things, I'm saying bring in a good player. Like to Surface Point, bring in a good player who can become very good, who could potentially become great, who could potentially become elite. All timers are rare. Elite level players are rare. If you manage to get 2 back to back in the same position, you've cracked. That's extremely tough to do. I'm not saying to do that. I keep saying the same thing, and I said it on A-listers. Good quality. That's why I said when we mentioned it. Hey, do I believe Liverpool can go out there and find someone who's Jared Bowen level to play on the right wing? Yes. Sam told me, he doesn't think so. I think they can. I don't think that's too much to ask to go find Jared. No, I'm not asking for Dembele. I'm asking for Jared Bowen.
But there's two words, right?
Flawless, I'm asking just give me a 15-goal scorer. That's it. Simply give me a scorer. Say simple. That's it.
There's 2 words that football fans are obsessed with, right? One's a hyphenated. Well, I don't know, maybe 3 words, but 2 of them are put together. One's elite, right? The word elite, and the other's world class, right? Football fans are obsessed with that, right? The problem is that those two, there's not enough surplus players to fit in those 2 criteria, right? As elite and world class at the moment. Let me just look at the winger market at the moment. Would you say any of the winger options that people have bought or are linked to a world class or elite?
No,
I wouldn't say. Right? And that's the problem. When Chelsea fans go, "Oh, we need world class defenders," name me 4 world class defenders.
Who are the world class defenders that are available?
Name me. First of all, you have to not just name me them, because don't give me like Van Dijk and Bastoni available that we could get like that. Name me 4 world class.
Hence why before you go, just go on.
That's why I know Lacroix's not world class, but he's efficient and he'll do his job.
He's good, and that's my point. Is that making this bring me in? I keep saying this. Bring me in good, because if you bring me in good, and it's of a certain age with experience and good players, they could get better. Lamens is a prime example of that. Do I think Lamens is world class or an elite level goalkeeper? No. Do I think he's a great goalkeeper? No. You know, I think he is good. Do I think he could become very good when I look at his age as a goalkeeper? Yes. So you telling me you can find Lamens, who again is just good, but you find me a Lamens elsewhere on the pitch. Find me a Lamens level centre back, and I'm cool with that. You bring me a Lamens level centre back, I am cool with that. Even though I've said, bring me a very good centre back. I believe you could get there, so I'd say a slightly better. Bring me someone who's slightly better than Lamens in terms of level. That's it. I'm not asking for Maldini. I'm not saying bring me in Pacho. You know what I'm saying? Bring me in Nuno Mendes. I'm saying this good. Someone who's 7 out of 10 week in, week out. And just start there. Go on, Jens. Go on.
But this is the thing. I do hear what Vicky was saying in terms of how it's a bit different with City, right? Where he's saying like Bernardo Silva's and Rodri's, right? And because of the quality what they are. But my only counter argument would be because we always argue about how this era is worse. I think you can get away with having just a good to very good midfielder to be able to compete for the highest honors. I don't think in this era you need elite, in my opinion.
No. And that's where I'm at with it. Of course, we want elite. If you're telling me, you can have Kvaratskhelia level players. Well, of course, I'm going to take a Kvaratskhelia level winger. But them wingers are just not normal. But can you bring me someone who's good? That's why I like Cunha. I think Cunha is a very good player. This is why I wanted him. I think Mbremo's a very good player. Cool. Do I think they're world class? Do I think they're elite? No. But do I think they're very good? Yes. I think with time and with better players around them, they could become better. They've helped Manchester United from one of our worst ever season to one of our better seasons. Just bring me that. That's all. Again, that's all I'm saying across the pitch. Now, again, if you can bring me someone who is an absolute world beater, of course that. Hey, Tchouaméni and Camavinga's available. Well, of course I take Tchouaméni or Camavinga. But it's highly unlikely they're available. Go on, Vicky.
That statement. Yeah, go on, Si. Yeah, go on, Si. Go on, Si.
Sorry, Victor. See, one more thing is people are afraid to take risk and they are willing to spend 120 million, but they are afraid to take risk. Why? You can take risk. You can take risk, and if you fail, you spend 40 to 50 million. You can sell him for 25 million, 30 million. You can do it. If you fail, if you take a risk on 120 million or 30 million, you have to keep it. You can't go that hyper level. You can't go there. Perfect example right now. Our situation is like that. Liverpool as right wing as a sinking boat. See, everybody knows Liverpool is the right wing. If you go to any other club, if you go PSG, Real Madrid, if you go to any other club, if you want a right winger, Liverpool are coming. What they will say? We want 120 million because we don't have a right winger. And by the way, PSG are getting Akiliush. He's not a right winger technically. He's a right wing fielder, but he's costing only 50 to 60 million. Why can't we get before PSG? I said him before so many times. Why can't we get? By the way, he's getting replaced. Demande and Akiliush. PSG is signing both because they know once Dembele will go, Akiliush will replace. Once Kvaratskhelia is there, Barcola is not there, Demande will be there. That means that's a successful plan. Them two.
And them two wingers may not be Kvaratskhelia and Dembele because that's one of the best winger pairings we've seen. But are they good enough and serviceable enough to go, hey, PSG, and we can help you win? Like Blank said there, you want profiles. Not. If I'm spending 100+ million, there's no, we don't know if he's going to work out. Or we're just getting, if I'm spending 100+ million on a player,
we can't say that. No, you work out.
Yeah. He's the guy.
Yes.
Like if United is spending 100+ million, you better be bringing me Kvaratskhelia.
And one more thing. And one more thing is people have to be fixated, right? We have to replace Salah. We have to replace Salah. No, we have to replace. We had first of all, we need a right winger who can score goals. Don't tell me we have to replace Salah. We can't replace Salah. We can't replace Mane. We can't replace Firmino. No. First, tell me bro. We don't have any concrete. We are building 5 floors there. Brother, no, you can't do that. First of all, we need a goal scorer. Give me 10, 12 goal scorer right winger. And Hijack is coming for injury. Words didn't fire from first season. That means we need a goal scorer where you can create for at least for Hijack or at least for partner for Hijack. Hijack is there right there to score goals. That's why I'm saying Liverpool, all fans are fixated about 100 million, 120 million. No. Bro, I am happy that give me unknown player where he can score me 10 goals for 50 million. I'm happy for it. I'm not asking world class because in this English market there is no world class, there is no elite as surplus. There is not there.
This is giving me, something that Jess says actually has given me an epiphany. It just made me realize that I've just been talking rubbish for the last half an hour because look at the teams that are competing like for like the majors.
No,
let me just make the point.
Just made a point. PSG, your point. That's all. You weren't talking about
bar PSG. No, but his point about
levels,
about the level of football in general. I look at that PSG team. Yes, it's a very, very good team, but it's not an all-timer team. It's not. You see the fear that Barcelona team put in me. There's not even a team that's close to that in this world of football now. There aren't even players that are on that level in world football now. Messi and Messi's towards the end of his career. Go on.
Not the funny part is the reason why we speak about PSG as like an all-time team and why it feels like it's because how the standard of football is right now, and this is what we was applying to. That's why when I made the point about Rodri, Bernardo Silva, I don't think you need a league to repeat that. I think you just need
Arsenal have proved that to you because I don't look at Arsenal's team and go, oh yeah, these men are elite players. Man. They're good players. They're very good players, some of them, but they're not elite players. And they got to a Champions League final. And they're not. Yeah, they're not elite players.
And one more thing is just we know PSG failed so badly for so many years. They tried and tested everything, brother. They poured money for on dumb players, stupid players. They did everything. Once Luis Campos came there, he fixed it. You know what? We can't go like this. We go through data. We sign young kids with. See, if you go and check, Kvaratskhelia is only 60 to 70 million. Dembele is like, I don't remember Dembele's price. It's like 60 to 70, I think.
It was 50-50.
50. Duve is like 60. The only player they spend high on is there is no one, I think, apart from.
But sir, you know.
I don't remember any player who spent 100 million on that PSG project right
now. But sir, Joe Neves. But he's the only.
John Neves 100, right?
Yes, 100. But
100. That means.
But sir, you know the funny part is, because you said it's about Luis Campos. People forget Luis Campos was the same manager, the same director of football who bought the aka Galacticos with Ronaldo, Messi, Ramos.
Okay.
Yes.
Luis Campos was the deal of as well, but he realized, you know what, this shit wasn't working. What we was doing before wasn't working. We have to go a different approach now. Because people forget, Luis Enrique was the manager at the time as well, so it wasn't all great at PSG. But it's only been recently because
when they switched,
just mentioned, they switched to operate.
No, it makes sense now. 110%.
And well, see, I think somebody said John is 65 million. They say I don't know if it's true or not. But if it is not, if he's 65 million, that means Diamande will be their first 100 million signing. Diamande will be their first 100 million signing. That means they're trusting their project. The scouts are working. Don't tell me their scouts are there. Don't tell me that there is a players who can we buy for 60 to 70 million or 50 million. That is good. We are not working like that. That's it.
Yeah.
There is one player or two players. There will be there where we have to spend. We have to go big because of their talent. But in this market, no.
I am blind.
I've got work in a few hours. So
you go to that, hey, Surfer, blessings, man, every single time, man. Big up my brother, every time, man. Big up Sheik as well, says big up Flawless in the panel, big up to you. Big up Casually for the raid as well, says casually wherever we may be. We are the famous CFC, casually raided, casually wherever we may be. We are the famous CFC, casually raided. Hey, big up to Casually FC. Make sure you subscribe to Casually FC. Make sure you subscribe to Sheik TV as well. Both links are in the title. Get your final few questions in before we close out as well. Blank says, Vikram, what about Madrid with Tchouaméni and Camavinga?
Again, Blank, they're very good players, but they're not elite players. At least not in my eyes. They're not elite players. And I already told you, Blank, I think Tchouaméni's overrated. I've said that. I've never changed my mind on that. He's a very good player, but he's not what people think he is. Same with Camavinga, to be fair. Like, they're both just very good players in an era with not very many elite players around. Because let's be real, bro. 5 years ago, they're bench warmers for Madrid. Let's be honest. They're not in that first 11.
No, football is different. Now we are talking about them.
But that's my point, though. That's my point about how football is.
Vikram. You can't tell me in this market, Tchouaméni is overrated. No. I'm saying in this current market, Tchouaméni is not overrated.
No, I didn't say the market. I just said as a player overall.
I rate him highly. I don't think he's elite.
Because people talk like he's the second coming of Paul Pogba, and he's not, bro.
This the thing. I think this is what I'm saying. Like Rick is saying, in his opinion, he feels he's operated right, which is fair enough because there's no opinion.
Yeah.
I'm gonna argue him down because I rate him highly. Do I think he's elite? Yes. Nah. You know what I'm saying, and that, like, but there is very few.
There's very few elite players.
Yes. But just because you're not elite, and this ain't you, Vikram, this is just in general, don't mean again that you can't be effective. Like I keep saying, let my lowest be good. I'm asking. That's all I'm asking for with Manchester United. I mean, good players.
They're still okay. There's one, but there's a tier below elite called top. They're still top players. Like, bro, I'm not gonna forget. Camavinga was fucking 19, bossing a Champions League final. Like, we're not gonna forget these things. Like, that did happen. Oh, you meant Valverde?
That's what you said.
Valverde, again, he's in the same bracket. I think he's a very good player, but I don't think he's elite either.
One thing I'd say is he's delivered performance-wise.
He has delivered.
More so than the other two. Like, I think the other two are better players, but when it comes to, like, delivering and what you've done, and you've all been in the same team, I can't fault Valverde. Granted,
Yeah,
too many.
again,
I
he's a
think
top
last
player.
season is the worst season for Valverde. Last season is worst for Valverde. That is the first time I seen is that is worst season for Valverde.
And that goes to
Bro,
show the
he
bar.
look like clueless.
That
Yeah.
goes to show the
Worst.
level that he's at, that we look at and
Yes.
go, yeah, because
Yeah.
his worst is
They're
some people's
worst.
best. Some people, his
Yes.
worst season is some people's best season, but I
Yeah.
get your overall point. And you're going to have seasons like that. But one thing I say about Valverde that I rate so highly is he's just consistent. Game in, game out, man. Game in, game out. He's consistent for them, man.
For
Like,
me,
just don't
I
fuck
feel
off.
like, I think
Go
for
on.
me, this is what I appreciate more about what I think I look for players in this era where I'm not asking for a lead, but I'm looking for at least consistent 6 out of 10, 7 out of 10. Because I think that is enough for me to say, you know what, you can go into places.
Yeah, and that's it. Like, that's
Just
funny,
people are
man.
obsessed with this world class. I want world class talent, elite talent. These people are obsessed with by. See, if you go and ask Liverpool fans, or I want world class midfielders. Who are they? Don't tell me Wharton is world class. Don't tell me Chumeni is not Chumeni. Don't tell me Sangar is world class. No, there is not there world class midfield. It's not there.
I got a world class players for you that plays at Tottenham.
No, don't say. Don't say this fucking stupid. No. Stop it, this. I know. No. Just stop it. You can sell that. You can You can pitch that. You can pitch the thought to Flawless. You can pitch the thought to Vikram. You can pitch thought to Chelsea guys. No, I'm not willing to speak on that. No, I don't want.
I'm saying, no. If you don't have to listen, mute yourself. Okay. Cool. Now, so I'm saying there's a world class midfielder here. If you play a back three and in possession, you put him as a DM. His name is Christian Romero. What are you saying?
Oh my God!
No. Just wait. Give me Christian Romero for 20 million, I take it.
Nah, piss off.
See, no.
Man heard the price and said, "Yeah, in this month,
Yes.
20 mil."
No. Just you see that is you pitch the idea. I counter with my price. That's it.
And I put the piss off.
And that,
That's
see,
how negotiations done. And to Black says,
Yeah.
I legit don't know why the fuck Madrid stick him at right back. It's so wasted on
They have their
Valverde. You know why?
No,
You know, also that.
he's-
You know why Valverde
Okay.
he's stuck there? Because he's very, very good there. That's why they put him there.
Yeah.
He's an enemy of his
Possible.
own quality. If he
No,
wasn't
jack
good
of
at
all
right
trades,
back,
fellas.
yeah,
Jack of
they
all
wouldn't
trades.
put him at right back. But he's more than like they say, jack of all trades, master of none. He's a master
Yes.
of all trades because
Yes.
he is an incredible right back. Valverde is an incredible. When you just look at
Fellas, I call him I call him right Thanos. I will call him right Thanos, not evil Thanos. I call him right Thanos.
I'll call him the cracked up Sobosla because
Brother.
Oh my God!
This
That's what it is, Blank. If you look at him at
Yes.
right back, he can attack. He can attack calm. You don't worry about that in terms of crossing, getting involved, and he can also defend very well. If he was a right back, he's one of the best right backs in Europe, comfortably.
which is
And he's
just
not a right
which is just a start state of right now, but this is the truth.
Yeah,
Yeah, like,
Yes.
as a central midfielder, wherever you want, he can. He
Yeah.
like if you want.
and fellas,
like,
you can
go
say
with
with
the
so many.
central attack,
Same with
like-
Chumeni also, by the way. Chumeni
centre
also can center back. He can play center back. And Kamavinga, he can play left back and
Yeah,
midfielder.
yeah.
By the way, if he plays there, they're not scrubs, by the way. They can play better there.
I know another midfielder that can play centre back, but they will not be named.
Midfielder who can play centre back. Who?
Show many.
Oh yeah, Chuma. Yeah, you mentioned.
No,
him. You said
Declan
it.
Rice. Declan Rice.
Oh, right. You know what?
See, flawless. Catch it, flawless.
I missed it. All bullshit aside, he can play centre back.
Yes,
He's
yeah.
capable of playing. And it's centre back in the back three.
Yes. Flawless. Funny thing is, run me center back Declan Rice for 50 million, I take him.
Yeah. With your centre backs, I get it, man. I get it.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Word to Kaneki, Maguire with an engine. I hear it. Go on.
Yes.
I'm just saying, yeah, that what's it called? That's what I say, and this is what I say. You guys in the farm, you farm bases need to like chill out and be less sensitive, right? Because when I used to sit here and say that Saka should play left back for England, and you guys would fight, so this is what I'm saying, like, I was saying this to you. England had no left backs, and you guys was getting angry because man was suggesting Saka to play left back for his country. Bro, sacrifice for your country, bro. Give it your heart. Like, attack a Titan type shit. Like,
you're taking
give it your heart. I'm not. But this is just what I'm saying, right? I'm pretty 25, right? Because obviously CP just said I think the Champions League run against Liverpool, he actually played right wing at some point.
Yeah.
You talking about Valverde?
Valverde, yeah.
Yeah, 2022, I think. 2022, 2020 Champions
And
League.
he's a very good right winger as well. Like, that's the thing. He's very good. Like, you see him out there, and you
he
go,
bossed it. He bossed a Champions League final. He bossed it.
Yeah, like he is top quality, and that's what
Jez,
that
you know
is.
what? But Jez, you know, you actually indirectly made a good point about football fans in general, because again, like they want to give you all these problems, but then when you ask them for solutions, they don't have any. Like I think people need to understand the era of football that we're in.
Yes.
Like and understand the players that we're dealing with and the players that the clubs are going to be dealing with. Because you know you'll be seeing bare guys like they'll be turning their noses up at like certain players. Because for example, the players that are being talked about now, like Alex Scott, Fernandez, and Anderson and Tonali. This is the level of players that people are dealing with right now. Like, but people are talking like you can just go and just get elite players, not elite, but top players out there,
top level,
just like that. Like, and it's the reality is that's just not the market at the moment. Like,
you know the funny part is, like, I had literally this conversation the other day in my Spurs group chat about the striker situation at Tottenham. Let's say we get the striker in. I was saying, why can we not go and sign Guimaraes for 3 years? But man, I say, nah, don't want to do that. They're telling me, nah, let's go and try and get Krupi for 100 million. I rate Krupi. The guy's not even a striker.
No, but this is what I'm saying though. They'll give you these bonkers like rebuttals to like, because I saw it as well with like United, like where people were like, they were turning their nose up at Tillemans. They were like, we should have just paid the 90 million for Fernandez. Okay, and Fernandez is way less proven than Tillemans. He's not played Champions League football. We've seen what Tillemans can do at the highest level. Like, why should we have paid 60 mil extra? Like, this is what I mean. Like, fans don't even they don't think with their heads. They just think with their hearts. They want their clubs to spend as much money as they can on try and get all the top players. But it's not Football Manager, and there just aren't that many top players to go around in general anyway.
You know what's so high, and this is why I call them hypocrites, right? Because these will be the same guys who then complain about how other clubs spending on high prices for this player and that player, but then they want their own club to spend.
I said it for Flores at the start of the window. I was like, bro, these guys want United to overpay so that they can complain about United overpaying. That's exactly what they want. They want your clubs to spend all this money so they can be like, we spent too much on wages. This is why our club's a mess. This is why these men don't know what they're doing. We should have just tried to look for like deals. They'll be criticizing what the club is doing now. Like, the club is just looking in the bargain basement and all that. But then if they were spending all the money, they'd be like, too many wages. You can't just be spending these stupid prices on unproven players. Like, you can't have it both ways.
This is where
I'm like, I'll let you go after. And this is why I've been very transparent with my opinions about the Spurs window. Do I think we overpaid for Van Heck with a year left? Yes. Do I feel this way about Tonali and Fernandez? Yes. But then at the same time, I understand, and that's why I'm not complaining about the price. That's why I'm not going to say, why did you spend that much? Because I understand. But then those same people will then complain about other clubs, how much they spend on, for example, Rodgers. But I'm like, but you sitting here saying, we have to pay this price. No, we didn't have to pay the price, but we chose to pay the price and you were fine with it. That's why I say, at the end of the day, football fans are hypocrites. I always say this.
Yeah, facts. They are. They just want everything.
I will tell you this. Mainly there is at Liverpool. There is at Liverpool.
No, so many hypocrites. Trust me, everywhere.
I'm seeing more.
Pay the money if you think the player is worth it. That's where I'm at with it. Like, if you think a player is worth it, then that's cool. If you think Mateus Fernandez, if you're a United fan and you think Mateus Fernandez was worth 85 million, cool. I just want you to keep that same energy with all the other players then, because it can't be, Mateus Fernandez is worth 85 million, but we shouldn't pay 80 million for Alex Scott. If Mateus Fernandez is worth 85 million,
for me, the stupidity thing is, if United sign, supposedly, I'm saying hypothetically, if they sign Demande for 120 million, what they will expect? They will expect at least 20 goals, right? 20 goals like this. And Liverpool fans say, he had at least 20 goals. If you want, we will go on the net. If Liverpool sign 100 million player, we can't expect 20 goals. Why? Why not? Brother,
Yeah.
both are 100 million. We have to do
100 M.
Spain thing though. Both are 100 M's. Both are playing right wing. We have to speak on that. That's why I'm saying these football change. And brother, the prime example is Manchester United. I'm sick of this saying, brother. Prime example is Manchester United. Tielemans. Take off Tielemans' name. Pure quality basis. If you're telling me I'm flawless for start of the window, if you tell flawless for flawless, this is the quality passing. He can shoot. He can good at the dribbling. He's a controller. Flawless will say we have to spend 70 million. Flawless will never thought we have to pay. He can't guess we get that type of quality for 35 million. No.
Facts.
No.
I'm still flabbergasted
Nobody can
about
say it because we United got because they did their homework. With Santos also, he's not an elite. He's not a scrub. He's good. He can do the job.
Yeah.
That's it. That's what I'm asking. Flawless asking us the same thing from start of the window. Brother, run me a competent midfield with Wakanda power.
That's it, man. Just
That's
good.
it.
That's how I look at Santos. 50
That's
M's.
it.
I look at what he is, what he brings,
Yeah.
where he's been, his age, how much better he could get. 50 M's. I go, all right, he's not a world beater. Do I think he's elite or world class? No. But do I think he's a good enough player to help Manchester United?
Yes.
Bring him.
Cool. Same thing with Liverpool Flawless. I'm asking, brother, this is July 23. Don't go for all-out stars. Don't go for all NBA star player. There is no NBA star player is not there. There is no all-star player in the market. Brother, run me for, you know what? I forgot his name for OKC, bro. Who is the agent? Run me Mitchell. Run me Mitchell, bro. I want Mitchell type of player. You know what? He won't start many games. He can shoot. He will be impact player.
Wait.
Run me that. Run me Jared McCain player.
Which Mitchell?
Run me Jared McCain. He won't be a starter.
You mentioned Mitchell. Which Mitchell?
No. He's talking about basketball.
Basketball.
Oh.
I'm saying basketball. Jez knows. See, they're not a starting level players, but they're impact players who can win you games. With 1-2 games, they can do that. Run me that type of players.
Yeah, and look at this fool. Big up OG about big up Flawless.
No. Don't say you're fool. No. Don't curse. Big up.
I don't get invited to these streams. That you have an open invitation. Crap, don't do that shit. You know what I'm saying? I'll invite these. You think I invite these? Look, they just show up. So if you want to join, feel free. I invite nobody.
We just jump in and say fuck it.
Yes. Crab. You have to understand. We don't take flawless permission here. We don't take. That's it. We jump straight away. We don't need flawless permission. No.
We are telling them and saying, you know the deal.
Yes.
The link that we join.
And by the way, if you just want to run a show, you can run a show. He got the link, he got the credentials. You know what? Don't say anything. Prime want to run it, they can run it.
No,
we don't have to ask flawless here.
I'm literally locked in, bro. Every time when I see you stream, I don't even have to go to the group chat. I'm just jumped in and just.
Yeah. See.
I mean, deadly said these men ain't joke that we laughing and joking. This is the truth. You know what I'm saying? These men just jump in. I'll be like, yo, invite. I'll be like, yo, going live at such and such, and whoever shows up. That's what it's like, yo. These are
sometimes this show can go dark, brother. This could go dark.
Can I go quickly to the comment? I just saw the comment real quick.
Just comment. Before you go to that. Hey, Crab, if you want, I'm telling you now, Crab, you have an open invitation, man. So feel free to join any Q&A. Yeah, go on.
Yeah, Bill TJ as well. Now, this is the CV, like CV, like what's it called? Currency, virtual currency, and that. But he's saying like, what's it called? Okay, you are a chicken fan. That's why you speak low tone. I speak on a low tone because it's 1:33 in the morning. Man. I ain't trying to wake up everybody, man. But hey, man, big up to you, man.
Big up. CV a regular, so I was like, yeah, he's just running banter, running jokes. That's what I thought. Obviously, you addressed it. And
you probably heard me say a sucker playing left back. I apologize.
No. I think he probably heard me. That's why. I'm speaking of that.
I'm sending you the link now, Crab. You better jump in.
I apologize, man. He should have played left one back.
I think it's CV Chelsea. I think he might be Chelsea, but I could stand corrected. But you lot, run up the likes because we are. All right, 106. All right, let's get up to 120, and we're 15 short of 17K. So let's get up to let's at least end single digits away. So 5 more subscribers. Yes, to 16,890. I'm literally gonna send Crab this link now. Watch this. What you be like?
I don't think he'll jump in. If he jumps, fine.
He ain't coming.
Can I ask a question?
So
do you guys see rugby moving this summer or no?
Next summer.
On a free.
I reckon he goes on a free.
You know what?
I think he goes. I think he goes.
I'm with. You know what, Vikram? I'm with you.
Because think about it.
I think for me, I think there's something brewing at Real Madrid right now because he's on pause. He's on the knees. He's begging for Real Madrid. Something brewing. Something brewing at Real Madrid, bro. I'm saying that something brewing at Real Madrid.
Let's be real though. Wouldn't everyone? Because, bro,
nah, I wouldn't be on my knees.
No, but respectfully, like, obviously Manchester City have done their thing. Like, he's won everything he needs to win at Manchester City. But now that Pep Guardiola ain't there no more, bro, respect. No one cares about that club, bro. Let's be honest, especially not Spanish players from the favelas and that. Ain't no one care about that.
No. You have to understand from Rodri's standpoint of view. From Rodri's standpoint of view, he already completed English football. He won Ballon d'Or here. He won Champions League. He just want to go there and won Liga. That's it.
No, but that's my point. And by the way, Pep Guardiola's gone as well. Like, bro, why would he stay? Because Pep
that is also the major factor. And that is also. And one more thing is wages. He's only 220 or 250k like that. If you go to Real Madrid, you are getting at least 350 or 320, and you get more image rights. You'll get more subscribers.
And plus, bro, he's a Spanish player as well. He wants to break, bro. These Spanish, Brazilian, and South American players, these Spanish-speaking players in general, they want to play for Madrid and Barca at least once in their career.
I will take a pay cut to go to Getafe, man, just to live in Madrid, man. Fuck this cold ass country, man. Don't say fuck this cold ass. Also CV, man. I mean, like, it's all open, but when somebody takes shots at me, man, I have to shoot back, man. It's all open.
By the way, I'm about to ask before I go.
Yeah, let me get to this. Let me
up Jess, a big Vikram, hope all good. And by the way, Flawless, are you okay with spending 70 million on Endai?
Yeah, makes sense. As much as I don't think we need a left winger, do I think Endai is does he provide £70 million worth or more to Manchester United? Yes, because we were talking about succession plans. So I look at this and go, as much as I don't think we need a left winger now, we don't know how long Bruno's going to be around. So if we sign Endai now, Bruno leaves, you put Cunha in the 10, and then you put Endai on the left. I love the sound of that. I love the sound of that. Endai, Cunha, and Bremo and Sesko as my front four. And then Maino and Tillemans or Maino and whoever. Run me that. Run me that now.
This guy build African level. Simply said it, Flawless. Simply said it,
half the team is not well.
I've got the African level. Tell me that.
I've got 11 and Sesko, man. Sesko, you know what?
Yes.
Is to Manchester United, but when it is, man. Same shit.
You know the meme with the African kids. Yeah, that's the white boy in the whole.
Yeah.
Or the one meme is like, you know the one meme is like, yo, you know the one where they're hugging that white boy and say, you are a white boy.
Yeah, that's it, man. Like 100%. Like the meme where we slapped down a KA on the counter and that. Like that's what it is. So yeah, we were talking about it, and it's mad because I didn't even think about it. I kept thinking about because I've just been so traumatized from United. I only look season by season because our short-term plans and short-term goals have been so fucking awful. I never think medium-term or long-term. But now, credit to this ownership, it seems they have short-term plan, medium-term plan, and longer-term plan as well. Maybe Barada weren't chatting shit about 2028. But the point is I'm making, maybe it is a succession plan. Because if Bruno leaves, Cunha goes 10, and then you've got Endai on the left. Because I've been saying we don't need a left winger, and I stand on that. But Endai could be for if Bruno leaves.
I have another perspective though. I think if Bruno leaves, your midfield will be Telemans, 6, and I think Santos or Maino.
Hey, run me that. That's I got them two as options. That's cool by me as well.
Bro, and Telemans can play from deep lane playmaker. He can do that. Santos is a 8 box to box. Maino can roll. You get a 6, African 6. Fine.
Yeah, like I like the idea of that. I'm a fan of Endai. Like, so for 70, when people are like, oh, Flawless, you want to spend money? I want United to spend money where I think it's worth it. Do I think Endai is worth 70? Yes. I think he's worth 70 million. I think what he could bring, I just think him and Cunha together, I think is,
okay, you telling me because you know this market, that's why you telling me in this market, he's the one jewel that deserves to be spent.
Yeah, 70 M's, yeah. Like if they were saying 130 million, I'd be like, hey, Everton that fucks with you lot, but not for that much now.
Okay, before just goes, I have to go. Fuck Everton for Blue Bastards.
Damn. That's the thing, but that's the thing though. Like I feel like 70. This was close to pretty much what Cunha was, right?
Cunha was like 60. I think he was like 60, 62, something like that. So it's close, yes. There isn't much in it.
So it's not a lot. So I feel like, and I do think they're like similar level players, to be honest. I don't think that one is necessarily better than the other one. So I don't think it's about price. Like, I personally would pay that as well, right? If there was an option for my club, right? But it does say it depends. And the question is, it said Rashford leaving, right? But it's the same Rashford as it leaving on loan or leaving.
Yeah, we don't know.
Yeah, it'd be a lot. I reckon Rashford leaves alone. Here's what United should do if they're smart. Say, hey, Villa, we'll give you Rashford. You got your left winger, and then we go get and die. We're smart. That's what we do. But Manchester United and Aston Villa have contacted Everton over a move for Iliman and Die. United cannot progress until Rashford leaves. Everton could demand around 70 million for Ndiaye. That's from Fabrizio Romano. Floor's yours, Vic.
This is where we're a bit different. I don't think I would pay the money straight away. I think I'd see. I'd address other areas first before looking at the left-hand side. But I think if they feel like it's a priority and they want to get Ndiaye, I'm not going to be against it. I think he's a good Premier League level player. I think he's, to be honest, in an attacker market that looks the way it looks right now, he's definitely one of the better attackers on the market. And 70 million for what he brings, because I'll be honest, I think he's better than Barcola, and he's going for 130 M's.
Without doubt.
70 mil for him, bro, listen. I'm running the risk. I can't even lie.
And further on that, Vic, in regards to, I'm with you, and I've been saying this. I think United have other areas that need to be addressed above this. I was saying this on Man United's on Monday, and yesterday I was saying how we need, I think, central midfield, I think left back and centre back are much more important. But the club seem adamant, and if they go on to say, hey, 70 million for Ndiaye, cool.
But that's the question. Which one I spent obviously on the right player, of course. Would you rather spend them 70 million on the right centre back or on the left winger?
Right centre back. Right centre back, easy. Easy, right.
I do think there are centre backs around, probably even a bit lesser, who are literally we can probably get them for a bit lesser price, but could be the right centre backs. That's why I'm kind of like, even though I see the idea of obviously wanting to do that. But I don't know if this is necessarily what United should be doing, considering, because I do think this defensive issue could be something that could bite United in the ass.
Oh, I agree. Like in regards to it, like they're planning that. That's why I'd sign a midfielder, a left back, or a right-sided centre back over Ndiaye. And I rate Ndiaye. Go on.
Because for me, I don't think it's the end of the world if United go one season with Rashford. I don't think it's the end of the world. I do think it's a big issue though if United do not go with fixing the defense though. I do think that's an issue.
Agreed. Yeah, like that's where I'm at with it. Like if you run me him or Hall, I'm taking Hall. Not because I think Ndiaye is better, I mean, because I think Hall's better, but when you're talking about needs most, if we needed a left winger, I'd be like, all right, because we can play both sides. I'd be like, go get Ndiaye. He's one of the few left wingers I actually rate. I actually think of a certain level. He's someone I go to and I go, I don't doubt him. People always talk about the pressure. I think he's like Cunha in regards to he'll be fine. I think he'll fry in it.
He's when
I say you don't know this as well, man. Africans' mentality is different, man.
No, it's just
African brothers than that. Yeah, the personality, like too much personality, man.
Or like we can say what we want to say about Jackson, right? But Jackson's never gonna tell you that he thinks that he's a bad player.
Yeah, never. Like that unwavering, unbreakable confidence. And to Crab, who says weight flawless, you plan on keeping the butcher. I think the club I would personally say, but I think the club want to keep him because we need a centre back, whether it's a left-sided centre back or a right-sided centre back. Bring me a quality centre back.
And this is what I'm also asking is that because obviously we were just talking about the succession plan about for Bruno. But what should be the priority, the session plan for Bruno or what the team needs right now? And I feel like what needs right now is more important, to be honest.
I would say so, yeah. But again, this is
So they
Manchester
need a
United.
centre back.
This is the same club that kept hammering for half a season when we was winning one game, averaging 1 win per month.
I mean, again,
Can never ignore that, by the way.
Never.
But again, it did say they just contacted, so it's not like maybe
he's on the list. I think it's one of them. I think because we are looking at left wingers, I believe he's on the list. Whether we gonna get him, I don't know if there'll be more players on that list. 100%. They'll be on like insert random winger, left winger's name here. He's probably on the list. He might be lower down on the list, but I think it is same with midfielders. That list gonna be long as well. I don't think Tillemans and Santos was high on the list. I just think they became available and we went, yeah, you know what? Yeah, cool. Same way Fernandez was on the list. Tonali was on the list, and we said, nah, that's too much money. Bruno G's probably on the list. Or we probably just like, nah, too much money. Again, we don't think he's worth that type of thing. So that's what I would say. And to AMC, who says, my only thing with Ndai for United, like offensively, doesn't he feel like he's a similar profile to Cunha? Yes. Hence why I said I still look at it as we were talking about it. This is a succession plan. I could see it because people have mentioned all the time consistently how Cunha's not a left winger, can't play on the left wing. He's a 10. And even though I think he's a better 10 than he is a left winger, I don't mind him as a left winger at all. I think this is a plan for that. Now it actually makes sense why we're so adamant about a left winger. Because I think they see Cunha as a 10 in the future or a central play, even though, like Si mentioned, we might play 3 midfielders and you want different looks. So I think this is for, because even didn't reports come out today saying that, well, technically yesterday now that Bruno turned down a new deal or something like that. I swear he just got a new contract. Someone in the chat, let me know. I did see something like that. Yeah,
I saw something about how because Galatasaray is obviously interested. I saw something like that, and obviously for teams outside of England, the release clause is cheaper than it is within England, isn't it? But how much does he left in this deal?
Let me check. I'll have a look now. Let me see, because this was last year. Because I just put the Bruno turn down a new contract, but I think that was. Yeah, here it is. No, Bruno Fernandes is not formally. This is Google, by the way, people. So take this with a pinch of salt. No, Bruno Fernandes is not formally rejected a new contract, but recent renewal negotiations with Manchester United have stalled. While there were reports that the latest round of talks ended without an agreement, sources state that Fernandes has ultimately decided to commit his long-term future to Manchester United and intends to stay. He is expected to finalize his stance with the club officials when he returns to preseason training from his summer break. Negotiations have been complex because Fernandes, now 31, is reportedly seeking a significant salary increase to match the club's top earners. His active contract runs until June 2027 with a club option to extend for an additional year. This contract contains a 56 million release clause applicable only to clubs outside of England. Yeah, so the rumors regarding a rejected contract most likely stem from his definitive refusal of external transfer offers rather than a United renewal. So yeah, I think it's a succession plan for that. That's what I'd say. Like it makes sense. That makes more sense to me. Because I'm thinking, why are we so adamant on a left winger? Why?
But this is what I say though. But I feel like this is where I feel like United would make the mistake is unless they obviously just case scenario they try to address both at the same time. But I feel like succession plans should only really happen when the team's actually in the state to go for the succession. For example, City was in the state where we can't go and do the succession plan thing because look how the team is and what we're doing right now.
Yeah.
Like Man United, Man United have to still compete for a title since they won it. So shouldn't you maybe just look at it from a perspective? Or like I said, we always said it's just concept, but we don't actually know. But I'm just saying, I do think it's a bit weird how actively it's been out there that United want a left winger and this is not a priority.
Yeah, but it's a priority for them, which makes me believe maybe Bruno the end is closer with Bruno than we think. But then the talks of it, maybe that's why them reports, maybe that's why the contract talks stalled. Maybe it is that. Because he's 31 now. Maybe they are looking in a couple of years' time. But I'm in full agreement with you. At central midfield, left back, centre back should all be ahead of it. As much as I rate Ndai, as much as I like the idea of him joining this attack, because I think I think there's a couple of teams who will get battered 100%. And I think he could become better as well with that, where there's much less focus of him. And you can also play on the right hand side as well. So you got a winger who can play both sides also. Again, do I think it happens? We'll see, but I believe there's legitimate interest. But We'll find out. But 70 M's, yes. Obviously, Villa will be there. I think other teams will. They won't sell to Liverpool, but I see other teams looking at him also.
I'm actually surprised. I'm not surprised that we not because they want Spence, right? They want Spence. I'm surprised that we looking for literally wingers, and I'm seeing Savinho. Oh, why are we going to us?
And that makes sense for you lot as well. I think it makes sense for most teams if you're looking for a left winger. I hear it.
Like for me, that's why I've been like kind of like you see why I'm not really been stressing about this whole attacking situation is because I feel like whoever Spurs is gonna bring in, I'm just not gonna rate it. But that's why I'm so happy about everything else because we did what I wanted everywhere else. But the attack, I'll be honest, I think Spurs is gonna flop it. If I'm being honest, I'm obviously I'm hoping to be proven wrong, but I think they're just gonna go and flop it.
We'll soon find out. And Flawless, I just came across, didn't know you were on Pi Radio on Third Eye View. Yeah, man, that's where man started this whole my sporting. I've been creating content for a minute, but that's where the sporting side of content. Wait, was it? Yeah, you could argue that was the start. That was the official start. So shout out to JV, big up Stro every single time. Yeah, that's where I started, and that's where Aaron Cena's on there, and how I linked up with Aaron. Shout out to Aaron Sakaya, Mr. Aaron United. That's my G for life. Then he brought me in, and then that's how I got into the content creator space, and then it just accelerated along from there. But big up Pi Radio every single time, man. Solomon, Marks, they gave man a platform, man, and we knocked that shit out of the park. Pi Radio, I still miss From a Third Eye View to this day. I still miss that show to this day. So much fun doing that show with JV and Stro. Shout out to them both as well. Shout out to them both. But hey, like I said, back to different bits. I like what I'm hearing about Manchester United, but we just need to continue. We just gotta continue. Crab says Michael Carrick failure incoming. Keep hoping, man. Just worry about Areola. Crab. Worry about Areola, mate. Oh yeah, Ndai is definitely to Abdi, who says Ndai is not a bad signing. He can play left or right. Far from a bad signing. Far from. I'm comfortable with him joining the football club at 70 million. If that is the fee, maybe they ask for more. I don't know. Maybe to Blank's point, maybe we send them out. There we go. Are you not worried about Fernandez? What's going on with Fernandez in China? Talk to me, CV.
Wait, what?
What happened? He said you're not worried about Fernandez. Has he been linked to China or something?
China?
Yeah, that's what he said. He said you're not worried about Fernandez. China
can't even. They don't even buy international players no more.
Yeah, CV. Have you? Is that a typo? Am I not worried about? Did you mean to say something else? And big up Joey. His club's back. I'm gonna run some still. Yeah, cause I was running it before. Actually, I'm gonna run some. I'm definitely gonna do that. What time we on nearly 2? Yeah. Fernandez, I'm lost.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know CV. I don't know what that is. You've lost me.
It's not going to preseason in China or what's going on?
No, I think stateside.
Yeah, usually now they go stateside. Yeah. Maybe Malaysia.
For Spurs, am I not worried about Fernandez? Am I not worried about Fernandez for Spurs? No. Like, why would I be worried about? I think he'll do well there. I think he does well at Spurs. I think Spurs are building a good team. For De Zerbi, I've seen what they've done. Defensive recruits, midfield recruits, and they just need to tighten their attack. That's what it is. And they go get
I've been saying this, bro. Guarassi is like, what, 29, 30? Oh, give him a 3-year contract. Sign me Guarassi. And then sign me just a young left winger. And I'm cool with that. Young left winger, it's not Savinho. Oh, I don't see. I'll be honest. I don't even think Savinho's a crap player. I just don't think he's a Premier League player, bro. Like, I just don't see it.
Yeah, I hear what you're saying, and he's not got that. He's a link-up man. He's not got that directness. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's why Sancho's still over here. I hear you.
Exactly. And the thing is, he's actually quicker than Sancho, right? But he's still, he can't get past the fullback because physically, I just don't think he can match up against you.
It's not it. Yeah. Right.
There's like this Frankfurt left winger that we've been linked with, and I think it's John Bahoya, which I watched last season. A bit raw, very raw to be honest. French left winger, but to be honest, I take the risk because the data looks a bit good. You see the upside, and I'm like, I'd rather take that because I do think physically he can go up in the Premier League as well. I'd rather just go with that, even though the issue is he's quite raw. But do I go with Savinho, who I know what he is? although I'm gonna go with somebody that I know he's raw, but I think he can probably develop into something, especially under De Zerbi. The one thing with De Zerbi is he does make attacks better.
Oh yeah, definitely, because he's gonna throw bodies forward, 100%.
Yeah, so for me, yeah. So yeah,
he gonna throw bodies. He gonna throw bodies forward.
Because even I didn't watch our preseason games, but I saw highlights, and my goodness gracious, man, our strikers still don't know how the score go.
Who was playing? Who was your front three?
It was no, it wasn't. I think it was it Sri Lanka? Let me check the lineup, but it wasn't the.
Yeah, that's gonna interest.
Oh, yeah, it was just again. It was Richarlison, and it was also this second half. Sorry, my bad.
No good.
Front three was Tel, Tel Sri Lanka. Who's the right winger? And Solomon. Yeah, hey Solomon. Oh, send that nigga back to Tel Aviv. That guy is asshole. He is our worst winger, and he just came back from loan. Yeah, just get rid. And obviously, like I said, Sri Lanka. I think he's a decent backup, to be honest. But this is what I'm saying. If Sri Lanka's our backup, and you get me Guimaraes, I'm eating. But then just go and give me a left winger. That's all I'm asking.
Yeah, that makes sense. I hear you. What the fuck is going on with this? The hell? People, I was just trying to sort something out on the other. I'm gonna redirect to the gaming channel, people. So there we go. But yeah, we're gonna answer the final few questions from you lot as well in the chat. Let's run up these likes though. You know what I'm saying?
Quick question as well. Obviously, the youngster that we obviously sold to Yuma. Have they anything said about like how he's going to be part of the first team, or is he just going to go youth team first?
No, but the way that he got, because someone mentioned this, like the way that he got announced, it was like a big deal. Like it wasn't just your regular academy player you're signing. So maybe he's joining to be like part of the first team. I know I believe he joined in the first team training as well. How true that is, I don't know, but
yeah,
we'll see. But I've not heard anything concrete in regards to it. But I've heard he's direct, he's quick.
Oh yeah,
cool.
Like
no issues with. I got no issues with that. People saying, "Oh, if we let Rashford go, maybe he's like the third winger." But then, if Ndai comes in, maybe it's him, Ndai, Konya, Dogu goes back to left back. We sign a left back. Maybe it's that, but we do need to sign a left back regardless. I got to see Shaw week in week out.
If Dogu goes back to left back, that means it's just going to be Shaw and Dogu.
Yeah, unfortunately, yeah, which stinks. You know what I'm saying? Unfortunately, yeah, it sucks. Like they need to make sure they go and do the business. I don't know what. Actually, I can't even tell. Like when I say I don't know what United are gonna do, they've shown me that. But maybe they are still because the left winger, the left back links don't go away. Always talking left back links. So yeah. City's Rodri had to have surgery on back injury. Return date unknown. That's the Athletic, is it? Interesting.
Yeah, I saw that earlier, but I didn't know the reporter in it. But I did saw it was the Athletic.
Yeah, very.
Rodri's telling if I don't get a move, I'm just sitting out for 6 months of the season.
Yeah, and then sign a new deal. Sign a deal at Madrid. Sorry, I'm trying to see. Yeah. But yeah, you lot, final few questions, people. If we missed any, I don't think I missed any from any members. I got
by the way, Arsenal also announced earlier that Saliba is not going to take surgery. He's just going to go normal rehab. He's going to go
normal rehab.
Yeah, which obviously going to take longer though. That's the thing.
Is there a report time on how long he'll be out?
No, and they only said extended period, so that's probably going to be long.
Damn. Wonder if they'll go and get a centre back because that is a hit for them. Because I rate Saliba.
I saw John Stones, but I think this is such a sideways move because you're going for somebody who's injured right now, going to miss, just for somebody who's going to go and get injured.
What, in John Stones?
Yeah, well, John Stones he's not even a full time. Like in Football Manager, how you can give somebody full time and part time player.
You can give him a part time contract. Yeah.
Part time contract. So I generally do not know if he's actually going to show up half the time.
Yeah, joke, man, for true,
but they told me that Mascara is this and Timber is that and whatever he
gonna find out. We're gonna find out. We're gonna test that squad depth. Yeah.
Yeah, this is why you spend the money on the squad, isn't it?
Yeah. And I just opened up Twitter and see this from Romano. United had a conversation with the agents of Camavinga to understand the situation of the player. They did the same also with Manu Kone a few weeks ago. So United is still looking for a defensive midfielder. But as I always told you on Camavinga, the only way to get him is the green light from the player. You would have been talking about the green light from the player. And the message coming from Camavinga is that he wants to work under Jose Mourinho and try to stay at Real Madrid, try to revive his career at Real Madrid. If at some point something changes and Camavinga opens the door to an exit, for sure the Premier League is a very likely destination. But at the moment, the desire of Camavinga remains to stay at Real Madrid. That's from Fabrizio Romano. We would have thought that Camavinga wants to stay at Madrid. Shock fucking horror.
I told you guys I think Mandem United in the chat. Who was the last Madrid player who willingly wanted to leave Real Madrid?
Yeah.
Like, they don't leave on a will. Like, they can, even Ronaldo got pushed out.
Yeah. Ridiculous. Absolutely fucking ridiculous that people believe that, he's going to be available. But we'll see. But yo, big love to everyone that's locked in. Run up the likes because we are closing in. Run up the likes first and foremost because we've gone well over 100. Make sure you hit the subscribe button on the channel Sarcasm City TV because we are closing in on 17K. We are 15 away. Yeah, we're 15 subscribers away. So we're going to hit that this week. So definitely be a 17K party at some point as well. I don't even know when I'm going to do it. Maybe I might have to do it at the start of August, but there'll be a 17K party regardless, people, is what I'm telling you. Lot 110%. Yo, Jez, anything you want to add, fam, before we close out?
Obviously, preseason starting for all these teams now. And before, please, obviously, I literally tweeted it out just literally earlier because obviously you know how everybody goes crazy in preseason. The only thing that I care about preseason is no long-term injuries, good performances, confidence getting built up and getting sharper as the preseason goes on. I don't care about the result. I don't care about all the other stuff. This is all I care about. I want to see good performances that can carry into into the season, but I do not care about the result. So please, if the Spurs is not winning fucking 3-0 versus some random team, please do not crash out. But the performance is still good though. That's what I care about. And please, no long-term injuries. When Madison got the ACL in South Korea, that shit killed me.
Nah, I hear you, fam. I hear you. Trust me. That's where I'm at with it, yo. Get your fitness. Everyone get their fitness up. Everyone get their shit get their fitness up. Team shape, all that stuff. Work on things. No injuries, and then we keep it stepping. That's where it is. It's going to be a big season. It's going to be a big season for Manchester United. But big love to everyone that's locked in. Big up Jez. Big up Vikran. Big up Fats. Big up Surfer. Big up Sai. I don't think there's anyone else who was on the stream. So big up all the panelists. Big up Blank for all the super chats. Big up to all the members as well. Big up all the regulars. Big up all the new people, etc. Anyone who's watching this back after. Everyone listening on the audio platforms. Just salute to everyone supporting Sarcasm City TV. Big up everyone for all the raids as well. Bayern View rated, KJB rated, casually rated as well. So big up to everyone that redirected. I appreciate that each and every time. And don't forget, people, this show and all the other shows you see here on the channel, apart from watch-alongs and fan calling shows, are available on all audio platforms. So Spotify, iTunes, SoundCloud, etc. So if you want to listen audio only, just go to Spotify, type in Sarcasm City TV, follow and 5-star us. That's all you need to do. Same way with your iPhone user. You have the iTunes Apple Podcast app on your phone. Just tap it, go to Sarcasm City TV, 5-star us and leave us a review as well. You can see them both in the chat, people. They're both there in the chat. That's the Spotify right there. You can see it on the screen. Sarcasm City TV. Click that link and it'll take you to the Spotify. Same with iTunes, Apple Podcast, or wherever else you listen to podcasts as well. Tomorrow, what we got coming up tomorrow? Solo Q&A, people. Keep a lookout though, because with the news, different news breaking and things, shows can change at any given moment. So just keep a lookout. I will be doing the Anthony Joshua Christian Prenga fight though as well on Saturday. So that's a buck. I'm going to start bringing boxing watch-alongs to the channel on a much more regular basis, people. So yeah, the AJ Prenga fight, there will be a watch-along for. I've already updated the schedule as well. I need to bring back the boxing show. I need to talk to my guys and get that sorted as well. But we're going to redirect over to the gaming channel right now. So we'll be live in like 2 minutes, people. Just give me a little bit of time to set up But this has been the Sarcasm City Sports Q&A live on the Sarcasm City TV YouTube. Thank you very much for tuning in. See you lot in like 5 minutes on the gaming channel. There you go.
Yo.